everybody, I'm Bill.
I'm Nancy.
And we are the Thin Blue Lane. All right, it's Thursday night. That means it's time for the Blue Crew to hang out with the Thin Blue Lane. Nancy's here. She's got her shirt on backwards so you can be sure to see the whole emblem. This is what the shirt looks like on the front.
Coco also wants to say hi. She wanted to be in the show today, didn't you?
And that's
Coco?
what the shirt looks like on the back. And Coco wants to be, and Buddy's here in my lap. He says, hi, everybody. Hello. Hi, YouTube. All right, let's see who's in the house first. That's our first order of business. I front-loaded the graphics and stuff in there to give people a chance to watch the commercials that want to.
Yes, watch our commercials. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you do just, a minute out of your busy schedule, we would greatly appreciate it.
Mobang for your bucks was first in the house, looks like. Where's Dream on Wheels? He says. Box Van D says, I'm here, but I got a neighbor coming over. I'll watch the replay, and I know she will. How you doing, Box Van D, you superstar? Mary Jones, welcome. Another rock star in the house. Can you try some? Oh, they are on.
Seems
like it's dark.
Seems
like it's dark.
Yeah,
it must be dark. My suntan from being here in Texas.
Are you trying to be brown like
I am. I'm trying to get there. Look, let's do a comparison here. I don't think I'm not quite that dark yet.
Yeah, you're still a little white.
A little Oreo going on there. That's all right. And Dream on Wheels is here. Says, he. Tim, we are here just finishing working on the RV.
How's that going?
We are actually back in Houston instead of Colorado. Once again, you cannot make plans. Hi there. How are you?
She wants to hear the story.
You know we have a live show going on, right?
Yeah.
It's a live show. It's live. I mean, this is happening right now. Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Are there any dogs in it?
You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble, kiddo. You're all right. Dream on Wheels says, hello, Bill and Nancy. Thin Blue Lane says, just finished working out and eating a healthy diet of protein and veggies. Going to jump in the shower. Be back in time for the show. My hair is still a little bit wet, but I have been working my butt off working out. Ask her.
Yes, he has.
Now look here. Look what Nancy's got. She has her own way to respond to you now. Look at this. One of our YouTube members. Oops. You knocked off what? Oh, that's your hard drive?
My hard drive.
One of our YouTube members contributed a large portion so she could have her own laptop. That person did not want to be mentioned by name, so we're not going to mention that by name, but thank you for helping us buy Nancy this laptop.
It's find a place to sit.
What is it called? It's a Lenovo?
Yeah, it's a Lenovo something, AMD Radeon.
IdeaPad with a touch screen. She's fancy.
With a Ryzen 7 AMD something or another. 47X27
anyway,
turbocharged.
The person that helped us pay for that, thank you very much. You know who you are. And we're not going to mention you by name per your request. Mary Jones says, okay, Bill. Nancy says, hello, everyone. Go ahead, say it.
Hello, Mary Jones. I love you, Mary Jones. More bands for your bucks.
Say hello, everyone. 22 in the house already. Thank you guys for being here. We know you could be anywhere else on a Thursday night. We're glad to have you here. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. More bang for your bucks. Thank you for that super chat.
Oh, did we get one? I missed it. Or I hadn't got down that far yet.
Oh.
It actually doesn't show up at the top of my screen.
Well, that's because it was right here.
Like it usually does. That's weird. It's not showing up on my screen at all, but luckily she has it on her.
It showed up on mine.
She's actually running YouTube over there.
Hey, Ronald 1962.
Hey, there he is. Let's see what's going on here. We got
I'll let you go down through the chat.
Angie,
I'm gonna get ahead of you.
Angie Hay is here.
Hey.
Glad to see you. RVing with G. Hey, I got your message. I have a pilot's license, which is above and beyond the drone license, but I am applying for a drone license too. And yes, I got your message, and it went, for some reason, it didn't go into the normal comment section. It went into the to be reviewed. And then when I told it to go ahead and approve it, it didn't show up. So I don't know the links you sent me. I'm going to need you to email those to me at thinbluelane@gmail.com, RVing with G. And flying the drone over top of people, I now know that is wrong because of you. Thank you. We'll try to avoid that when we go to Mayberry. We're also going to try to avoid doing a lot of those turns. I'll try to do all my drone footage as a sweep. as a sweep. Whatever I'm looking at, we'll just sweep it. This is her new toy.
I bought this at Petco, and this little thing has brought so much happiness to this little doggy.
She's not joking. She loves squeaky toys.
But she already broke it.
Yeah, she breaks the squeaky toys. She puts her teeth through it in usually the first hour. We have another one for her, but we're not going to give that one to her yet.
It lasts her a day. I'm actually going to make a video about squeaky toys. I want to do a challenge that if there's one out there that is Coco proof, I want to know about it.
Hello, Steve at Avenger RV Adventure. Welcome to the Blue Crew. New Horizons, that's Susan and Jim over there. Welcome to the Blue Crew.
Susan!
Lucky Dog Productions moderator, Sue. Welcome to the Blue Crew. Good to have you here. RVing with G. Yo, G, hi here. Hi, y'all. Or hi, all. Sorry, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Mo bang for your bucks. Linda Barker's in the house doing a Forever Best Friends raid. Hey, Charlie Grayson, once again, I missed the second show of yours. We were extremely busy, and welcome.
Yeah,
welcome
we just got here yesterday, and we had a long travel day. I
slept 10 hours last night.
Super tired. Our hitch was still not working, so I had to manually engineer it to get it to work.
She's getting good at it.
And unhook the rig, so...
She manually closes it when we hook up, and she manually opens it when we disconnect, and that's pretty impressive. We're gonna get them to send us some parts. That's the only thing wrong, though. The good news is the only thing wrong with the RV is the hitch, and that's a workaround. And
we ripped out the cables on the.
Oh yeah, I made a really sharp turn and pulled all the cables out that go from the trailer, the fifth wheel to the trailer. To the truck?
To the truck.
Yeah. But we do have a repair technician coming over. He's going to rework our waterworks system because our waterworks system, we can't even fill the tank with fresh water because that thing is broken. I just told him replace the whole thing because I can't pull out. It takes my full strength. By the way, a lot less net going on here. Did y'all notice that? It takes my full strength to pull out the black water tank, and he's going to rework all of that for us. And we're going to have him look at a few other things while he's here. It is really hot in here.
You want me to turn the AC on?
I do. When you turn it up or down, just make it 1 degree, not like 5. It's like or 2. Hot in here. Sue says, "Hey, thanks for stopping by, Box Van D."
That's good.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to get through these real quick. I have a delay. Two things are new. 2 things are new today for those of you, all 29 of you that are here. We have 2 new things in the chat. One. You actually have to be a subscriber to comment for the first minute. Not a member. Not a member. That's important. A subscriber. You have to be a subscriber of the channel to comment. So if you're trying to type a comment and it's not going through, then YouTube has taken away your subscriber and you need to go put us back. So, but all you have to do is be a subscriber for 1 minute. I only set it for 1 minute. Also, the second thing I did was I set a 10-second delay on the chat. You can only type something every 10 seconds. The reason I put it so low is I want to get people used to it because some people might think that they're not allowed to type messages anymore if I set it too high. And the reason I did that because I didn't want to miss people. But I just did a 10-second one to start off today just to get people used to it so that they wouldn't take it personally when they can't type something in. But you can type something in every 10 seconds. I think that'd be good. Some people can't even type faster than that.
Dan Long, welcome to the show. I see you on there. Papa Drew is here.
Wow, this chat just jumps. I missed a bunch of people.
Yes, Naj is here. RV on the way.
Yep, keep talking.
Karen Borman.
She's got her own computer, so she can see the chat better than I can.
Yeah, I hope I'm not missing anybody. Moderators, if I have missed someone, please make sure that we
Nomadic
say hello.
Weather Bears here from Branson, Missouri.
Tyrannical, I also see you on there. Tyrannical Mystery Covers, welcome.
Dan Long, what's going on, my friend? Mobang for your bucks. Thank you very much for that $5 super sticker. That is much appreciated. I have something for you here. Mobang for your bucks.
Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Yes,
share
please.
us out if you can. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to our channel.
They can't type if they're not subscribed. Well, they have to only subscribe for a minute. Then it will let them type.
Oh.
That's one of those things for Mobang. There's another thing for Mobang. Oops. cut him short. Then I had to start over. That's ridiculous.
How rude.
You can still talk, so you can still say hi to people while this is going on.
Hello, people. No, I'm just kidding.
No, people on the chat.
I know.
Welcome people
Gilbert. I think we have everybody. Dream on Wheels, I haven't said hello to you guys. I did see you, and I know how rude, huh?
Thank you for the super sticker, Mobang, for your bucks. I appreciate that. I did get your new picture that you have right there. I loaded you up for today. And congratulations on hitting so many subscribers.
Yeah, that's cool. That's amazing.
He went up like from 1,100 to what is he at? What did I say he was at today? 3, 4, 5,000? I don't know. You know
why?
No, why?
Because he gives them more bang for their buck.
Oh, that may be why. I don't know what she was going to say there, guys. I'm so relieved. Naj Rukui, rating party for Forever Best Friend. Welcome. Roy and Becky's Travels. What's going on? Howdy from the Volunteer State.
What's happening, Roy and Becky?
Very good. Hey, Fairy Dust is here. Welcome. Good to have you here. I am running down through RV underway. What's going on, my brother from another mother? All right. RV Avenger. Mystic Bunny's here. How's it going?
Hello, Mystic Bunny. I love that little picture. That is so cool.
Hi, everyone. Adventures in the Heartland here. That's right. That's the Mrs. side of Adventures in the Heartland.
I wanted to tell you guys, thank you so much for all of you that sent me well wishes on the last show that I wasn't on. I wasn't feeling too good, and I was resting and everything. But Bill did tell me that a lot of you guys sent some well wishes for me and everything. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yep. You're just the bestest.
And that's the first time she's actually not even been in the chat. That's how bad she was feeling. And you guys sent some well wishes, and she was fine the next day. So thank you guys for that, for your prayers.
Thank you guys very much.
Thrifty Angela, how good to see you here.
We love you, Thrifty Angela.
Yeah, we do. We actually do.
You guys, if you need a good DIY channel, go visit Thrifty Angela. She's got some really cool stuff on her channel.
Mystic Bunny's still on the road.
Oh, Mystic Bunny, where y'all going? Anywhere cool? Going to find Mystic Bunnies?
Thank you, Dan Long, for supporting us like that. We appreciate that. I front load the video, the live stream, with a lot of stuff to give people time to watch at least one of the commercials. It helps. It's a way to contribute without actually taking money out of your pocket, which is that's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, every little bit helps.
It's a win-win for everybody. Let's get that screen back off my head there a little bit.
In other news,
yes, go on.
The Camping World people, as you all know, I am going through the corporate office now. I'm done with the little guy or done with the store. He said that our parts are probably going to get here on the 18th. It was the 15th, and then it moved to the 18th. So it's like a hurry up and wait. Oh, Mary Jones, I love you too. You're so sweet.
I love Thursday nights. I love you guys. I love being here with you guys. It's 26 people now, so we appreciate every single one of you, knowing you could be anywhere else right now.
So hopefully on the 18th, they're going to have our parts, and we might be able to get our rig fixed.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say earlier. I said we're back in Houston instead of going to Colorado, that plans keep changing. We actually are back here because supposedly they're going to get our slide fixed. I hope that's fixed before Mayberry. That would be awesome. Plus, a lot of you know about this Oculus Quest 2. It's a virtual reality headset. Bought it as a game because it's really, really cheap right now. They actually set it below cost because they get you on buying the games and stuff. But this thing has been instrumental in helping me lose weight. Let me give you the latest update. Y'all remember I told you I wanted to lose 69 pounds. But remember, it was 71 pounds, actually. I just said 69 because that was a funnier number. Let me show you the latest update. You 28 people are going to hear this live right now. The latest update from my weigh-in this morning. Try to weigh in on YouTube day. Let's go to Fitbit. I'm already at 6,250 steps for today. I need to get about 11,000. That's my goal, 11,000 a day. I also try to get about 3 miles a day. Actually, I try to get about 6 miles a day, so that's about a third of the way through. I got 10 hours and 41 minutes of sleep last night, which is a record, but that's not what I want to show you. What I want to show you is the weight loss. I told you I wanted to lose 69 pounds. It was really 71. As of today, I have to lose 62 and a half pounds. Look at that chart go down. Look at that chart going down right there. I started at almost 300 pounds. And I'm working my way down towards the 250 mark right there. Long way to go to get there.
Hey, Kenny, I see you in there. Thank you for saying hello to everybody out here on the chat.
Yeah, Kenny, stick around. I want to bring you up on the panel so you can talk about things. The topic for tonight is what irritates you. For me, it's traffic. I asked her to think of something. I don't know what it is yet, what she's come up with. But what really irritates you? But I think something irritates Kenneth. John Chalker, what's going on?
Good to see you.
It is 8:17, so I'm a little bit behind schedule. I need to go ahead and pump this out right here.
Always like seeing you here, John.
Yes, John Chalker. I'm glad you cut back a little bit on the emojis, because if you type in that many emojis, not my moderators, but YouTube moderators can silence you for a while. And I've noticed on a few channels, when you type all those emojis in, and I tried to respond to you by typing @John Chalker, you're not there anymore. So if you think you're being kicked, it's not by my people, it's by YouTube. So it looks like you've kind of cut back on those a little bit. So that is really cool. I want to play first of all this.
Hi, Kathleen Klein. I see you on here on the chat. Welcome to the show. The accent's coming now. Welcome to the show.
Who else has come in before I hit the next button?
Nomadic Weather Bear also. Hey. Welcome to the show.
All right, I'm going to do a tribute to our members real quick. Just real quick. All right, thank you, members. If you want to become a member, hit that member button at the bottom. You don't have to. It's not a requirement. We appreciate it, though.
Living the RV Local Live. What's happening, Renee?
What's going on, Renee? Welcome. Carlos. Papa Drew's in the house. What's going on? Welcome to the Blue Crew. Never fear. Papa Drew is here, and I'm wearing blue underwear. That's all that matters, buddy.
As long as Thank you, Papa Drew.
You can just be feeling blue, man. That's all really required.
Here you go.
I have a dingbat license. It's sort of like a pilot's license. Ha, ha, ha. That's funny. So Dan Long said he quit his job, but he's about to start another one. Now, I don't know if that's the one he said he was going to.
Congratulations, or I'm sorry, or...
I think he said he was changing jobs. I didn't know he was going to quit one.
I don't know what's appropriate here.
We had a dog that ate the squeakies, yeah. Yeah, Coco puts her fangs through the squeaky. Of course, that kills the squeaky.
She literally will squeak it until you cannot squeak it anymore. Hours and hours. It lasts her at 1 day is the squeaky. I need to find better squeakies.
The dog thinks she wins the squeaky toy challenge. That's funny, Linda Barker. That's true. That's true. New Horizons, we only buy Kong brand toys for Tucker. We were going to ask you guys what you recommend. He destroys everything else. He's a very rough on toys. Yeah, let's see the plan.
Oh, little Tucker. He's just, oh my gosh.
So that's what we need. We need Kong brand toys. Maybe we could try that, and she won't be able to kill it. The little squeaky thing.
Well, the thing is with squeakies, it has to be like cloth. For some reason, she doesn't like the hard plastic ones or anything else that squeak if it doesn't look like that. It's bizarre.
Thank you.
it's hard because it's really soft and she's got a little mouth and she destroys it. But
thank you guys, all 27 of you, for being here. I can now play Lowrider on the harp. Kind of less dogs are howling. That is something right. Tyrannical says hello, everyone. Lucky Dog, Dan says to Sue and New Horizons, glad to be here this eve since escaping from my planning job today. Congratulations are in order, I believe, for you, since you're quitting one and starting another. I'm hoping that's a good move for you, and I think it is.
Yeah, good luck on your new ventures.
Then Blue Land, I realize he's getting skinnier. I am. I have lost almost 10 pounds since I started. But I work out hard every day. Ask her. I mean, I own the living room. And think how much better it will be when I get the slide out working. I'll have another whole area I can swing my arms around. Because I have busted my knuckles. Yeah. I busted my hand right there on the ball by the, thank God, not the TV, but by the TV.
Yeah, we need to have our house back.
Yeah, we need our house fixed. That's
and I
coming.
also need the space for my workouts because it's.
Yep.
I mean, I kid you not. From like where the TV is, we have maybe like 4 feet of space from where we're sitting in, like in front of us.
And I'm
like
a big boy.
4 feet up to the TV. So I mean, it's ridiculous. That's what it is. It's ridiculous.
The chat jumped on me, so if I missed anybody's comments, I apologize. Mobile Fear Buck says, Nancy! Tranical says, I'm almost to a goal of 700. Yes, you are.
Yay!
RV underway. I am in a firearms match to raise money for the Wounded Warriors. Last year, we raised $5,000. Very nice.
Good for you. That is awesome.
That is very, very, very good cause, and wish you all the luck on that one. Angie, hey, Family Ventures, if you want to help to keep Thin Blue Lane on the roads and use friendly friends and family. Oh, yeah, use the friends and family at PayPal. Yeah. Oh.
Thank you, Angie. Hey.
She didn't say I couldn't say this. So. Oh,
my God. What are you going to say?
I'm gonna wait. Somebody gave us a rather generous donation on PayPal. And she didn't say I couldn't. I don't see her in here. She didn't say I couldn't say it. She Devil Adventures, what's going on?
Yeah, but we should ask.
Tracy Ocean Fire 777. I'm just gonna say it. Okay. Because she actually put her name up there, and then down in the comment section, she said Tracy Ocean Fire 777. That tells me that it's okay. Oh. If she left that off, I wouldn't have known who she was. But because when you give through PayPal, we get 100% of it, and when you donate through PayPal, it tells me your real name, and that doesn't tell me your channel name. So, and I don't want to give your real names out. So unless you tell me to, if you put your real name and then down in the comments, you type in your channel name, that's pretty much giving me permission to use your channel name. We appreciate that to Tracy Ocean Fire 777. She gave a very generous gift.
We will be using that towards fixing our water system, which our thingamajig on the wet bay, we cannot fill our freshwater tanks anymore.
Did Tommy come in and I missed him?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
The chat jumped on me, so yeah, I don't see him in here. But it jumped on me, so it's possible.
Hey, Lucky Dog, thank you for posting that link for Tracy Ocean Fire 777. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Karen Borman, I love you, Nancy Adams.
Oh, I love you too, Karen.
Julia's Life is here. Hello. Welcome to the Blue Crew. Glad to have you here.
Welcome.
If you are new to the Blue Crew or Thin Blue Lane, RV Life, type in the word new in all caps so I can recognize you, please. If you are new, if you've been here 1 to 10 times in the live streams, if you've been in our videos, been watching our videos since day one, that's fine. But if you're new in the live streams, type in the word new in all caps, please. Oh, wow. Sad news about Alabama flipper. Prayers for their family.
Oh, no.
Nancy has 2 family. Can I say it?
Yeah, you guys. I got some really bad news from my mom today. I have an aunt and an uncle that are in the ICU right now because of what's going on, and they're intubated, and we just got word that they're most likely, it's going to be bad news that they might not.
Well, if you're intubated, you're 50-50 anyway.
And right? I just feel totally bad because my cousin is about to maybe lose both parents, so I'm asking for prayers to my prayer warriors out there for my family out there. I don't. It's a really tough situation. I cannot even imagine what my cousin is going through. I mean, it's hard losing one parent, but let alone both of them. So
today, everything irritates me. If we don't move faster on the show, we're probably going to end up going in over the first hour because I really want to talk about what irritates you guys. And if it's thin blue lane, I want to know why. All right, living the RV local life is here. That's very good, friend. By the way, we're in Texas, so we didn't leave for Colorado. We're still here in the Lake Conroe area.
Hey, look, no matter what, nomadic weather bear.
No, YouTube moderators annoy me. Yes,
does not like moderators.
They do. I think my moderators can do the job. We don't need any help from YouTube. Thank you. Adventures in the Heartland. It will be when we get the car to shop in Indiana. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry you're having trouble with your vehicles. What irritates me of what our country has become so irritating. We don't do politics here, but I'm going to agree with you. Fairy dust. I'm going to do that. I'm going to agree with you on that. You are 100% right. Sorry,
you know what else? You guys are going to agree with me on the irritation, the DMV. Oh,
today, yesterday, when we first got to South Texas, we first pulled in here. Nancy was nice enough from the passenger seat to realize that our tags are both expired on our truck and our trailer. And when I was a cop, we didn't really mess with RVs. We didn't really mess with them. But, you never know. As we went through McKinney, Texas, which is police capital of the state, and they didn't bother us. But the tag on the back, I think, is the original tag when we bought this thing. And then the one on the front on the truck has been out for a couple months. So we went she found a place just 4 miles from here, from this campground, that would do inspections on RVs. They even filled our tires for us.
It was a nice place, and like you said, we know that it was expired. I'll have to look it up again. But you guys know, I mean, what I didn't want was have to get to the campground and then set up camp, and then after a couple days, then have to get everything ready for like moving day to go get it inspected. So I figured on the way here, if I can find a place while we are hooked up and everything, we can just go and stop by over there and then get it done and then get to the campground, and then we can set up camp and everything, and then have to like not worry about it on my hair, and then wait just for the repair guy to come and work on our wet bay thing, which I was telling you guys, the little nozzle that goes from like city water to fill up your freshwater tanks and everything. It just kind of does this thing and it doesn't turn, which, I mean, if you have full hookups, it's all right. But, if you travel full time and you're stopping, at a truck stop or a rest area or something like that, I mean, you need to flush your toilet, you need to wash your hands, give water to the puppies.
Yeah, turn on the water pump doesn't help. There's no water in the tank.
Something like that. And yeah, if you turn the water pump, of course, it ain't going to work if there's no water in the plus, I mean, there's no reason for that.
I think I deleted the email, but they actually sent us an email saying, if you ever bring your rig in, if you sign up with us, we'll give you daily text messages on the status of your repair. They also said they could fix this slide out in a day. Everybody keeps saying that.
Look up the name.
Thrifty Angela, YouTube moderators are awesome and amazing. So are ours. All right, let's see here. Glad to have you on here, Nancy Adams. Glad you're back.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Lucky Dog, living an RV local life. Adventures in the Heartland.
I found it.
She found it.
It is called the Milstead Service Center here in Conroe.
Conroe, Texas. Milstead Service Center. If you ever need that.
It is on 2416 North Fraser Street in Conroe.
She might even have a phone number.
Actually, I do.
Angie, hey, welcome everyone. No other place we would rather be than right here with you all tonight.
Oh, Angie.
That's true. I look forward to Thursday night. I make sure my workouts were done. We were done with dinner so we could be here with you guys. I enjoy Thursday nights with you guys. Me
too. And I'm sorry I wasn't here on like that last show, you guys, but I really wasn't feeling good. And I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer and be sitting here, looking all sad and everything. So
you didn't even get in the chat, guys.
Yeah.
Living the RV local life says, Nancy, glad you're doing better. I sent love to you last week.
I know he told me. Thank you so much, Renee.
Yep, I told you I would tell her. Didn't think I would. Not your moderators, of course. I love them. That's right.
Oh, nomadic weather bear.
I love our moderators, too. Speaking of moderators, I think
Yeah, we love our moderators.
I think I have something special for them. Thank you to our moderators. I haven't updated that list lately. If your name's not on there and it needs to be, just let me know.
Camping Therapy, I see you in there. Welcome, Doreen. Good to see you.
Mystic Bunny says she's back in Civilization now. That's another good piece of good news. We are back
in Civilization.
We have internet. If most of you have noticed that I haven't been in your channels commenting on your videos like I tried to do, I try to hit as many as I can. Y'all know we can't hit everybody. Everybody knows this.
You guys, we were at Lake Tawakoni, and don't get me wrong.
No. We were.
It was a beautiful lake. It was. I really enjoyed it there, but the internet is
almost zero.
Horrible. I had like one bar, and not like the good bar, the itty bitty bar on my phone for connection, and you have to like do this number.
You don't do this when you got the King booster, but you had to get close to this. You had to be right on top of this, or else.
Yeah. Hey, my mama is here. Mommy!
Check out New Horizons.
Comics of Squeaky Toys.
You have your own screen over there.
I'm just used to looking at yours.
That's why you have your computer.
Mate.
For those that don't know, Nancy has a new computer thanks to one of our
Squeaky Toys.
lovely viewers who does not want their name mentioned.
Susan, I am going to check that out because I do need a better squeaky toy. I mean, I don't mind spending the money, but man, I mean, I could buy a squeaky toy every day for this mud right here, and she'll just go to town and tear that up. Mommy! My mama's here, you guys. Say hello to my mama. Her name is Maria Mutt.
Kathleen Klein makes a good point. Billy, you have all of outdoors to exercise in. The Oculus does not like to be exposed to sunlight. Now, I do know that a lot of you, and we've even mentioned this with the neighbors next door because we were making a joke about this because we're both older, and he's ex-military and ex-Air Force, and we were talking. So most of the people, when I start talking tonight on our channel about this thing and doing exercise in the living room, they're going to say, "Well, you are in an RV. Why don't you climb a mountain or swim in a pool or cross a lake or do something like that?" Well, some of us old people can't do all that. Now,
we do actually.
We actually do that.
We go on hikes. We take the dogs for like long walks. We do swimming, and we're gonna start doing more stuff outdoors.
We are.
Now that the weather is nicer, you guys.
So,
I mean, if it's
Kathleen,
100
you're right.
and something degrees out there,
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. But we have a badminton set where we can go out there and use the pickleball courts to do that.
We actually got in the pool last couple times at the last park and played water frisbee.
Yep.
And we also played with the beach ball, which seems kind of childish, but it's good exercise. But yes, you're right, Kathleen Klein, and I'm glad you brought that up.
How to RV is in here, Jason.
No way.
Yep.
Making his debut with his new channel name, How to RV. What's up, brother and sister? What's going on, my friend? Griswold Family Vacations here. Don't want to skip that one.
Hey, Griswold Family Vacay. Hey, you guys, if you need a channel on exactly how to RV, on how to do your hookups, how to fix this, how to install that, go to, I always get it wrong, to How to RV channel. Yeah, there it is, right there.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want us to say who you were formerly?
I don't see why not. It was
Imagine
Your Odyssey.
I'm not going to say it. If he changed his name, he must not like the old name. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing, man. Just playing with you, man. Let's see what we got going on here. Danny. Everybody saying hello to Danny.
Hey, Nursing Our Travel Bug is here.
Dan Long says, Thin Blue Lane RV Live, Nancy Adams, ha, you missed me.
What did I miss?
I'm thinking maybe he's thinking he wasn't on the moderator list.
I don't know. I'm confused.
Look on there and see if he's a moderator. Look at the blue words. Just scroll up.
Looking. Still looking.
Anyway, while she's looking for that.
No.
He's not a moderator?
No.
If he wants to be a moderator, he can apply. Send us an email.
Boris and Natasha, welcome to the show.
Dyson's Crazy Adventures here. Tracy is awesome. Yes, Tracy Oceanfire is awesome. She contributed a very healthy amount of money to our PayPal and to help us with our repairs.
Hey, Missouri travelers, welcome to the show.
She gets ahead. That's okay though, because I'll miss you otherwise. Yeah, I think the repair on the waterworks system is going to be close to $600. So we really, really appreciate that.
But we need it, you guys. Like I said, water is broken, and that's just, I mean, you never know. For emergencies, you have to have water in your freshwater tank because parks, and you guys know, somebody will drive with their RV over the pipes, and then they'll have to come and fix it, and they cut the water off for like a couple hours. So it's, I mean, you need it. Water is life.
Once I get caught up on the chat, I'm going to, we're a little behind schedule, about 7 minutes. Once I get, chat jumps on me, but it's the cat. Yeah. I want to bring up, I didn't tell him this in advance, but I want to bring up Kenneth to talk about, if he wants to. If you want to. Kenneth, do you want to come up and talk about what happened to you with Mayberry?
What irritates you?
If you don't want to talk about it, because I know they already punished you for talking about it. So if you don't want to, let me know. And Fairy Dust Weep the Wild Wind says, absolutely, prayers are going out to everyone in need of prayers always. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Fairy Dust, so much. I really appreciate that. You don't know. It's incredible. We really do need prayers.
And they work. They work.
For my family
prayers
right
work.
now. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
It's whether you think of it as talking to God or you think of it as sending positive energy to the universe, however you want to think about it, prayers work. When you put positive energy out, it works. I'm 57 years old. I've got a lot of experience, and I know this is to be true. It's too much of a coincidence. Naj is here. I love that she's here. I already acknowledged her before, but Nanu.
Naj.
Nanu. Dyson's Crazy Adventure. Ronald is on.
And you guys start thinking about what irritates you. So whenever we start that segment, we can hop right in there. We can talk about some of your irritating
and if you guys want to talk about what irritates you, I'll bring you up, or you can do it in the chat. And if we have to go over the hour, we can. I didn't intend to go over tonight, but I do have a lot of energy because she made a high protein vegetable dinner for me after I worked out.
Because I learned rice with some grilled chicken and some grilled squash,
which is called
zucchini. In Spanish, it's calabaza.
Calabaza. This is John Walker, Waterbury, Connecticut. I will send prayers right away for you, Thin Blue Lanes family. I'll send them right up and away without delay. Thank you, John. No, we can always count on you, brother. She-Devil Adventures. They are not writing tickets here that I know of because of the DMV backlog. Wow. I wasn't much of a ticket writer. That's not what I got into the business for. No, when I was a rookie, man, I tore it up. I used to write 200.
Well, I mean, when you're a rookie, you're expected to because you're supposed to practice.
You have to get your RV inspected in Texas, yes, if you want to get a registration. But you only have to show insurance on the pull vehicle, the tow vehicle. That's good because I'm insured. My truck is insured through Progressive, and the trailer's insured through somebody else, and I couldn't find the documents. And Nancy didn't believe me that if you let your insurance lapse, they'll reclaim your vehicle. They'll reclaim it because the people who own the vehicle, the bank, they will get mad if you don't have that vehicle insured.
I didn't even know that.
Tell her in chat that I'm right. Living an RV local life. I'm missing one. I'm multitasking at the moment. Lol.
Hey, you multitask. You do what you got to do.
Yeah, do you, girl. You know what I'm saying? Fairy Dust says, we'll be praying for you and yours as well. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Fairy
Doreen,
Dust.
I'm so glad to see you here. We're welcome to the Blue Crew. Thank you. She acknowledged you earlier, but I want to personally acknowledge you and thank you for being here.
And we're going to see you again, Doreen, at Mayberry.
Yes, we are. And that's another thing I want to talk about. I believe getting the shots as a personal choice. We do not push it and we don't push against it. But her oncologist, because of her condition, told her to get it, and I still said no. I called my doctor, my personal doctor in Texas, and the one who saved her life. I told you all this before, but those of you that haven't heard, he said he was against it. Don't get anything that's not FDA approved. Don't do it. Don't do it. Then he got sick, and he actually died. And this guy's in perfect shape.
Oh,
and then he got recovered. They had to jumpstart his heart, and now he believes in it. But he says, get the Moderna only. That's just what he told us. So she got 2 shots. I've got my 1. So when we go to Mayberry And Mayberry was my deciding factor. I wasn't going to do it, but when I decided to go to Mayberry, I think we're losing people because I'm talking about the shots. Sorry about that. Anybody that doesn't, want the shot or doesn't believe in it, I was more afraid of the shot than I was of in the disease. But I got it just to be sure. Mayberry's coming up, and we don't want that. We don't want to be around a bunch of people and not be protected, at least somewhat. Fingers crossed on the slide. Kathleen says, no more talking politics. Sorry, guys. That was a one-time thing. I think I lost about 2 people there. Thing that annoys me when people use the Thousand Trails membership for storing these rigs to take the best spot. I agree. The last place we were, now, you're not allowed to leave a rig unattended. But if you buy an annual, which means you bought your membership, you pay your dues, and you have to pay $500 and something a month to do an annual, they can leave theirs there. But I agree with you, living the RV local life. When people buy annual sites, they can leave the rigs there. I guess it's still against the rule, but nobody says anything to them about it.
There was a big rig next to us, and it was lakefront property, like lakeside. Like you can open your window and see the lake from your rig, and there was nobody there for the entire time that we were there at all.
Dan Long, B&B, don't make vacation plans. Linda Barker, I'm irritated by the ads on my puzzle games on my phone.
Oh my God, yes, Linda.
I'm sorry, Linda, if my ads bother you.
That is so true.
At least if you watch one of our ads, it's going to a good place.
But you know what? Some of the ads, you get like extra points in your game if you watch the ads. But after a while, it gets annoying.
No, but I agree with you, honestly. Today, I almost bought, she talked me out of it. I almost bought the premium membership for $11 a month, I think it is, for YouTube, so you don't have to watch ads. But the advantage is I don't have to watch an ad. But the other advantage is if I come to your channel and you're monetized, it pays you as if I had watched the ads. Hey, can you grab that water over there, please? I'm drinking water too, by the way. No more Coke Zero for me. I told her don't even buy anymore. Not because, I used to like to mix it with drinks, but I really don't drink alcohol that much anymore either. I mean, I've made a lot of healthy choices. I mean, look at this. I used to be able to do a healthy double chin. I can still do a double chin, but I can actually breathe. It was pretty bad.
Word.
Go back and look at a video from a month ago or 2 months ago. Think I'm lying. Look at that. Yeah.
He ain't moving it.
Now, before you think I'm bragging, I still got what? How many pounds I say I still got to lose before I start bragging? I have 62 and a half pounds to go. Okay, that's a person. Some of you don't even weigh 62 and a half pounds.
All right, so let's talk about irritating stuff. Isn't that what we're here?
Yeah, let me catch this up real quick. I'm
let's skip to the next segment.
Okay, I think I'm actually caught up in the chat. Nope, it just jumped again. Hang on. Hi, it's Mom. Let's start having fun. Wash hands.
That's right, you guys. Wash your hands.
Very cute there.
Soap and water, warm water for at least 20 seconds.
Keep talking. I'm looking up stuff here.
Wash your hands. Let's see. What else we have in store? We are getting a rig fix. The guy is going to come and fix our waterworks. This weekend, I'm going to go and hang out with Mom. You are not late nursing our travel bug. And help my mom with some stuff over at her house and at another family member's house.
Someone doesn't have Doreen at camping therapy. First of all, shame on you. But second of all, go help her out. She's got 1,666 friends, and she would like to get off that number. I don't blame her. Somebody go over and help her out right now.
Yeah, it's only 7
I don't care if you
friends,
leave my channel. Go over there or open up another tab and get her off that number.
Let's go subscribe to Doreen.
No long walks on short piers. We want a domicile where our insurance and tags are cheap. For Texas. We saw where Florida and South Dakota didn't have inspections. We didn't like the Texas inspection thing. Well, at least I can show an officer that I have the inspection, so he knows at least that we're working on it. Fairy Dust, Weep the Wild Wind says, Hola, Maria Mat, ¿cómo estás?
Buenas noches, Fairy Dust. Bienvenida a nuestro show de Team Blue Lane.
You said that with a white boy accent. That's pretty good. How do you do that? How do you drop your accent when you're speaking Spanish?
Sometimes it just comes out like The other time I was trying to say show and they came out saying cho.
Missouri Travels, I also walk the dog for exercise. I walk them one at a time. I have 3 dogs. And I walk one, then another, then another. Somebody even asked me, why don't you walk them all at once? What would be the point of that? Trying to get my steps. But these workouts are much more vigorous. The ones I do on the Osmo, or on the Oculus 2, they're very intense. I have to take a shower afterwards. It's very, very intense. How to RV, you love it all. You guys are amazing. You're more than welcome to mention my other name. So How to RV is formerly
Imagine Your Odyssey.
That's Jason over there at Imagine Your Odyssey. And I think that How to RV is a great name for his channel.
And he does have a great channel, you
Yes,
guys. I have learned a lot from his channel and his
he's
videos.
growing fast. He's leaving us in the dirt. Punk. Okay, I got to get these chats caught up. See, I put a limit on how often you could type, except for the moderators. Look at them going.
All right, you guys, start thinking about what aggravates you.
How to RV. Hey, there's our How to RV. Thank you, Lucky Dog Productions, for putting that link in there. I don't like to ask, but I don't like that number. My son and I were just talking about. Yeah, don't feel free to ask, Doreen. You're welcome.
Yes.
Our channel is a help channel. We do more for other channels than we do for our own channel.
Yeah, you guys, come on. Let's help out Doreen. Let's see if by the end of the show we can get her over those 7. We got 27 people in here. Somebody out there.
Recyclable Homestead. Hello. Welcome to the Blue Crew.
What's happening, Recyclable Homestead?
I am way behind. I'm actually 2 graphics behind. I did the members. I didn't do this one yet. This is a thank you to our super chatters from last week. Kathleen Klein says people who don't hit the like button aggravate her. What aggravates you guys? Think of something if you want to come up and talk live about it, or if you want to.
Van City Adventure, welcome to the show.
And thank you again, John Chalker, for the prayers.
Van Life Voyages.
I've got to skip over a lot of these chats to get caught up.
Camping Therapy said that someone helped her. Good job, you guys.
That's true, but a lot of it is the same, Fairy Dust. But yes, you're right. You're right. But I'm talking it. I brought it up because a lot of that has to do with that. But you're absolutely right, my friend. You are absolutely right.
You guys, thank you for helping Doreen. She is getting them. Someone helped her out. So let's get a few more people to head on over to Doreen and get her out of that.
So is she off that number?
Yes, but she needs some more. She said somebody helped her out. So let's get some more people over there. Help Doreen out.
Yes, it is your choice. And I would not suggest that you do or do not. Naj, this channel is not about that. We're about helping people. We're not about that at all. But I'm just telling you that we did it. My partner at work is a cancer survivor, did not get the shot, and now has the Rona. She has 2 relatives that are dying right now as we speak. They are on respirators. This is a real thing that's happening.
Yeah,
How to RV, he wouldn't admit it, but I think he's nervous because he doesn't know anyone. Bill, I told him how nice everyone is. Okay. Everyone is nice. This is the nicest group of people you're ever going to meet.
That's true.
Hip, hip, hooray for your shots. Thank you, Maria Mott. I'm glad you got yours, too. Tommy Travels is here. Welcome, welcome. I'm just going to skip down through these.
Good to see you, Tommy Travels. How to RV says, what irritates me when someone who has no interest in your safety or your RV and tries to tell you how to back it into a spot, you look, and there's, hold on. And you look at theirs, and they have dents and a beer. Oh, yeah, you look at theirs and they have dents and a beer. Yeah, I agree.
Van City Adventure, welcome. Tommy Travels.
Van
Life
City
Voyages.
says, what bugs me is people who want to see Tasha more than me. Really forget me. I just want to see Tasha.
That's everybody. Everybody wants to see Tasha. Everybody wants to see Nancy more than me. Come on. Who wants to look at this face?
Yeah, sorry, man, Celia, but we're happy you're here.
Yes, we are. Last number is a 7 now. Thank you. You are welcome. That's how we do things. Lucky Dog says, Stimulate RV Live. Time for me to head out. Great chat as always. Are we at an hour already? Bill and Nancy, thank you for all you do to support everyone. You rock stars. All right. Okay, I'm trying to get the thing caught up. People who don't hit the like button aggravate me, Kathleen Klein says. Yeah, anything that you want to put in the chat about what irritates you. How to RV, what irritates me when someone who has no interest in your safety of your RV and tries to tell you how to back in. Yeah, no, we don't do that. It's family only. Nobody else is vested in your RV. By the way, we did tear our rig on our last trip. We tore a piece of the lining on the roof, and Nancy got our very expensive tape and got up there and fixed it.
I fixed it. I'm chief engineer of this starship.
NOTV says phone is at 1%. Right.
No, Natasha.
We saw your video today about y'all fixing. Of course, you know that. We were in the chat. Be careful what you say, Tyrannical.
What irritates you, Fito?
What irritates me is if I'm in my RV and I've got a 50-foot rig and you're coming up the on-ramp looking at your phone, you don't pay attention and realize at the last minute that you either got to speed up or slam on your brakes to get on the highway.
Yeah.
You have that entire on-ramp. And you wait to the last minute to thinking that, hey, they're going to let me over. That's a Texas thing. I never met worse drivers than Florida. No offense, Steve.
Floridians out there.
Bob at Blue Wave. Steve, no offense. I have never in my life met more inconsiderate, horrible drivers in Florida. And I've been all over the country. Okay, most of the southern states. And I don't go up the East Coast, so I can't speak for that. Okay, oh my God. Texans, if you did in, they'd let you in. Of course, we're all armed here, so they know.
Yeah, Texans are polite.
An armed society is a polite society, right?
But Florida does have them good sales on the meat.
Oh, they do. Florida's got a lot of good things. I'm gonna go back to Florida for the winter next year, after Mayberry, or after Christmas and holidays, because she wants to come back all the way back to Texas before we go back to Florida from North Carolina, which is way out of the way. But she wants to see family for the holidays, and that is what it is. That's not right. I love seeing both of you. You're really good people. Anybody who doesn't, they go through me. This is your friend, John Chalker.
Oh, John, you're so sweet.
Camping therapy, barking dogs at a campground and owner ignores them. Thank you. Thank you for that one. Doreen, that is absolutely right.
I mean, dogs are going to bark, but I mean, come on. You're right. There's been times that all you hear is bark, 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 bark.
Okay. We're losing people. Look at the number dropping. I just went up 2. Keep barking. Yeah. It went up 2. How to RV says, what irritates me is when the GPS says it's go that way and you end up on a dirt road with a horse and buggy. LOL, really happened to me in the mountains. That's horrible.
Yeah, that it's not good at all.
I have an RV GPS 770, and I make sure before I leave the house every trip that I keep it updated, because that has happened to me before too. Luckily, I'm really good at backing this thing up.
Another thing that irritates me is people that have pets, particularly dogs, whether it's sticks and bricks or whatever it is, and they just tie them up outside and they don't even play with them, and they just leave the poor dog tied up out there to fend basically for itself and in the weather and everything. That really grinds my gears.
Mary Jones, what gets me is people who don't believe in your pain. You're in so much pain you can't walk or do anything. Yep, some doctors even have that with her. They're like, you just want the drugs or something. Like, come on, man.
Mary Jones, I am so with you. Oh my gosh, girl, yes.
GPS stands for get people stuck. I've only had that happen once, but once is enough in a 50-foot rig.
That or tell people that you're in pain and they tell you, oh, it's all in your head, or it's all psychological. Girl, no. Boondocking with Boomer. What's happening?
Hey, Boondocking with Boomer. What's going on? I agree. Floridians don't know how to drive, especially South Florida. Oh, the worst. The further south you go, Naj, I'm with you on that. Boondocking with Boomer. Hope Boomer's doing good. Hope Boondocking's doing good. Lance. Denver, Colorado is the worst when it comes to drivers, especially in snow and ice. I have not been there, but she's been there.
I didn't drive, though. I was on vacation.
Yeah, she flew there. People in Kentucky and Indiana do not know how to drive also, especially in Kentucky. Use friends and family for Thin Blue Lane. Thank you at PayPal.
Thank you, Angie.
Love you too in the t-shirts. Yes. And I'm wearing mine forward. She's wearing her backwards so that you can actually see it.
Hey, forever best friend, Charlie Grace. I'm sorry I missed your show today.
Yeah, we were very, very busy.
We had a busy day yesterday.
Hilda says people tell her all the time it's in her head. You know what? When this girl's sleeping on the couch and sits up in pain, if she's faking that, that's some serious dedication to fakery right there.
Oh, you know what, guys? I kid you not, but I was almost happy that I almost died because it took that for me to go to the hospital on an emergency in a day where I went and I told him, I said, look, I am in pain. He went and sent me for some tests. And from there, he sent me to the hospital to have emergency surgery. Yep. And from then it was just like I told you so.
Yeah. 27 in the house. Thank you guys for sticking with us this long. I've got to pay some bills here. We did members and super chats and moderators. I think I did all the graphics. I think I did. Yeah, I did the member graphics, I did the super chat graphics, I did the moderator graphics. I think we're good.
You know what else irritates me, you guys?
Me forgetting that I already did something that I thought I didn't do?
Besides that, Camping World really irritates me.
Well,
and
you know what?
Also irritates
if they can't get the parts, they can't get the parts.
No, I'm talking about the bad customer service. Bad customer service. I haven't even gotten an apology from them, or like, I'm sorry this happened to you, or nothing. It was from the get-go. It's like you're a liar. It was your fault that it broke. And no, we're not going to cover anything. And then we're only going to cover 60%.
Yeah, I had video.
No.
Fairy says lots of stuff is irritating, but we need to brush them off the shoulder. Put some earplugs and music and have a smile on our face. I listened to an evangelist on the way here yesterday, and that evangelist said God puts people and problems in your way to make you stronger, and every single one of those people, especially a coworker or that person you don't like or that person that's saying stuff behind your back, they're put there for a reason. And God puts everybody somewhere. Even Judas had a place. Jesus couldn't have been our savior if Judas hadn't have kissed him and pointed him out to the guards so that they could find him because they didn't know what he looked like. Fairness, I agree with you. Tyrannical says one thing that irritates me is when you say something about someone else instead of going to that person and getting the truth from them. I'm going to agree with this right here. Also, if this person or any person has a problem with another person or any other person, that problem is between the two of them. Especially if it's a legal problem between you and that other person, it's best that the third person stay out of it. It's not my business to talk about. It's not my business to talk about you behind or in front of your back. It's not my decision or my purpose to do enforcement for other people. If there is a legal dispute between Maria Mott and camping therapy, it's not my job to talk about it on here. So I agree with you on that statement. Hilda Johnson, Indiana, I beg to differ. They do in some parts of Indiana know how to drive in the weather. Here in El Paso, Texas, they don't. Okay, nobody knows how to drive in the snow in Texas. So I'm gonna start with that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm talking about kindness and courtesy and letting an RV over when they're stuck. How to RV? What is GSD? I'll let you answer that. Hello to everybody that's telling me hello, Hilda. Bill, the stories I could tell using GPS in a semi. Oh, mercy.
Oh, my gosh. I can just imagine.
I don't even. I know I live in South Florida, the further south, the worse at driving. I went to the Florida Keys. I concur. Do you concur, Doctor?
I concur.
Yes, Doctor. I concur also.
And also, in the Florida Keys, there is no diesel. Make sure that you fill up your truck before you go to the Florida Keys, because otherwise you'll go from key to key to key looking for diesel.
Yes, we had to find diesel on the way back out. I didn't think we were going to find any. We got down to 1/8 of a tank, and we still finally found one.
Yeah,
we had to ask where that was.
We got so close, and we were pulling the rig that we almost dropped the trailer somewhere to go look for gas because we was cutting it that close.
Hilda, I wish it was that easy. I really do. The people in the Smoky Mountains do not know how to drive on snow since they don't get it very often. Really, in the mountains, they don't get it very often.
Wow.
And when they do, they freak out over a dusting of snow. That's Texas.
Yeah, that's Texas also.
The people call in sick or don't go to work if it's a powder on the ground.
Yeah.
So I think that's for the best. I get annoyed when it rains in California and people have accidents left and right. That also happens in Texas. And when I say Texas drivers are better, I meant nicer. I didn't mean they're better drivers. Hampton Blue Lane. This is John Soccer, Waterbury, Connecticut. Sent those prayers to you right away. If there's anything else you need, just ask.
Thank you, John.
John, we're just glad you're here.
You're just the sweetest person, and I just love having you on our show every Thursday,
and
John.
Mo Bang for your bucks has sent us another $5 super
Thank
sticker.
You for that super sticker.
Thank you for the super
Mo Bang for your bucks. You're so sweet.
These are the ones from last week. He's also one of our gold members. Thank you for that, sir.
Gold member.
Thank you very, very much for the super chat, my friend.
Hey, Really Creative Travel. I see you on there. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, we're going to go over the first hour. I think we're already there. Yeah, we're an hour and 2 minutes. We're still talking about what irritates you. It irritates me when people walk through your campsite. Yes, and I've had to say, are you going to walk through those people's campsite to her before? And she said, there's a space between there. I said, no, that's not a... And then she was right. There was actually an empty space. So I spent 5 hours in the ER yesterday having lots of problems with my wrist. And thank you. After going through that, you're still here with us tonight. Thank you. I saw a nurse practitioner for 5 minutes and 5 hours. Very frustrating. No answers. See my surgeon next week.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Camping therapy.
Yeah,
Good luck with the specialist or the surgeon. Hope you get some answers.
Hi, James.
James Catanese, what's happening? Welcome to the show.
I'm going to stop rushing because we're already past an hour. I'm not going to get the rest of the show in before that's over. So
Man the Mountain Man.
If you got to go, you got to go. But a lot of people actually come in for the second hour anyway. I don't know if we're going to do a whole hour, but we are not done talking about our topic tonight. What irritates you? Anybody want to come up on the panel and say what irritates you?
Yeah, we'll give everybody a few minutes to come up to the panel. And if you want to talk about what irritates you.
I don't want to talk about any particular legal matters, though. I don't like people who get. I don't like the people who get to me. Let the people get to me anymore. There's not an issue of mine. Just live in the love. There you go. Just do what you got to do. You do you. We'll do us. Everybody else does themselves. If someone else doesn't like you or has a problem with you, they can work it out with you. That's not for us to get involved in. In fact, it's a civil liability to insert yourself into someone else's problem.
Yes.
It irritates me when people don't clean up after your pets. We carry little bags. Where's that little baggy thing?
It's over there.
We carry a bag. We carry a little thing. We'll show you what it looks like everywhere you go. Because the reason I don't think everybody knows what it looks like, German Shepherd dog, GSD, is that people ask us, what is that in your hand? They always ask us that. I know most of y'all already know what it is. Kathleen Klein, if you won't say it to their face, don't say it behind their back. Yeah, I agree. And if I say something about you, I will say it to you also. In fact, I've had people tell me at work, I said, did you say I was a bad driver? I did. Why would you do that? Well,
because you are.
Yeah, you've wrecked 2 police cars. I call you Crash. It's your nickname. This is it right here. These little bullets have these little baggies in them. You tear them off and you rip one off, and they're easily refillable. I don't work for this company. I'm not affiliated with them. There you go. You just put the little thing over the ring right there, close it up, and you have yourself a built-in puppy pad thing. And the dog's looking at me like, what? I didn't do it. So that's what that's for. We walk around with that in our pocket, and we can whip out one of those whenever we need.
But yeah, I agree with you, Susan. I mean, granted, if your dog has diarrhea or something, I mean, there's no way. I mean, you can pick that up. But
Captain
it's
Obvious.
just it is disgusting if you're walking through your campsite or something, especially people with big dogs. That I mean,
German Shepherd.
It's still bad enough any dog. I mean, we have Chihuahuas, and it's still
we clean up after that.
It's still bad, even if it's a little dog. But the big dogs, I mean, you're walking. It looks almost human. It's disgusting. It's clean up after your dog.
Yep.
For the love of God.
That's true. Most people don't know how to drive in the snow, especially if it doesn't snow there. In Texas, it doesn't get a lot of snow. Van Life Voyages, Timberlane. Yes, sir. I will have no part in drama, and neither will we.
Say the drama for your mama.
Tonight's show is about what irritates you, so we're giving a little bit of leeway on what we can talk about, and that includes government issues and state of affairs of our country. So,
another thing that irritates me is if you're renting a house or you were living in somebody's house and then you have to leave that house to the person that you got it from. For God's sakes, clean it, leave it like you got it, if not better. Have some respect for the people that let you live in that particular place by, at least leaving it clean.
Naj, I don't know if it was Marathon Key or not. All those keys kind of blend together when you're just driving straight through. So I don't know.
It might have been Marathon Key, but yeah, there were a couple of keys. Yeah. We were on the most southern key that we couldn't find.
Well, let's put it this way. We left our campground, which was a what's it called?
What do you mean?
You have Thousand Trails, and you have...
Oh, it's an Encore.
Yeah, Encore Park down there. I think it was Sunshine RV Park or whatever. From the time we left
Key.
So the time we left that key until we got up to almost to the mainland, we could not find diesel. I was getting worried.
Yeah.
Say it like it is in front of my face. Love that. That's right, Fairy Dust.
I love you, Fairy Dust.
Yeah, to your face.
To your face.
Riley Creative Travel, how you doing? She said hi earlier. She's got her own computer over here that one of our YouTube channel members was nice enough to pay the significant portion of. This is all a laptop she has her very own now, and she can actually type in the chat. And if she doesn't feel well, she's in the bedroom, she doesn't have to use her phone anymore. She can tag people from the bedroom if she's not feeling well. Thank you to that person who has asked to remain nameless. Fan Life Voyages, Hilde!
So what irritates you guys? Blaine. Let's get someone else up here. Does anybody want to come up on the panel and talk about what irritates you?
Love Publix. We went to the Keys last week. Yeah, Publix is good. I've got to go. 5 a.m. comes fast. Yeah, Thrifty, we're over our first hour. Thank you for hanging with us.
Yes, thank you for coming, Thrifty.
We're only giving some people a little bit more time to vent. Those of you that got to go, we understand. If it drops down below 25 people, I'll go ahead and end it. But we're at 32 right now. I'm not going to end the show because we still want to talk about we haven't even scratched the surface of what irritates people. Hilda Johnson says, what irritates me, go ahead and read that.
Hildy Johnson says, what irritates me, no offense to some people, if I've upset you, let me know, is when they think they're always right and you're wrong. You're absolutely right, Hildy.
I do that to her sometimes.
And he does that to me sometimes. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, I'm the type of people that if I'm wrong, there was a quote. Give me a second here, you guys. That is, if you correct a fool, he will hate you. If you correct a wise man, he will appreciate you.
I used to know a lady, if I told her, I don't think what you're saying is right, she goes, I respect your opinion.
Hey, but I mean that's good.
She says,
I respect your opinion. You don't have to.
No, her actual words were, there's a possibility you could be right. She didn't call me a liar or call me I was wrong. She would say there's a possibility you could be right. But as I age and get older, it doesn't do that.
But there is ways, and if I'm wrong and you come and tell me I'm wrong, I expect you to give me not an argument, but the reason and some good points, not just because I told you so. That's not going to work for
Photos me. Or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Thanks. All love you all. Keep shining in the light and let's all love each other. Life is too short. That's right. Take care. You know what? We have a really good channel here. I've asked people to voice their frustrations, and I'm barely getting hardly anybody with some frustrations because people here, they're all adults, they're mature, and they know how to work things out with people as adults. And that's one of the reasons I love Thursday nights with you guys.
Yes, Tyrannical. The most irritating thing in the store is when somebody says, I forgot something, and then they're standing there for 5-10 minutes.
Nope. That's a good one. Thank you for that one.
Yeah, I forgot the milk, and you're standing there like...
Week to Wild Winds, did you find out if you could take your van to Mayberry? I think if it has full hookups, they'll let you. I'm going to go ahead and post a link for Kenneth, if he's still here. I haven't seen anything from him. I know he listens and moderates 12 channels at once. This link is for Actually, anybody that wants to come up
and talk about what irritates
and talk about
them.
what's irritates you, as long as it's not something controversial. Because I don't want to get into that with YouTube. I've already got a strike I'm fighting them over right now. You know the video I did with her from TikTok? Then I came in there and said, I don't just love you. When I say I love you more, that really cute one I did, they somebody claimed that was theirs. And I just said, keep it. I mean, don't monetize it. That channel, that's not monetized. I'm not taking that down because I already got a bunch of views on that, first of all, and a bunch of comments on that. So I'm not taking it down. I just don't want to mess with controversy. Anytime there's controversial stuff, I'll just delete it. I'm not going to dispute anything with YouTube because they will win. I don't like when people jump to conclusions when they don't even know the whole story. That is true. And as a police officer, we're not allowed to do that.
That is also true.
We're not allowed to do that.
Take the time to find out what the story is.
You got to listen to both sides too. And if you get one side, not the other, boy, they will let your boss know. And why would you do that? Angie, hey, or just because something doesn't bother them, they think it shouldn't bother others. That's a lot of people are guilty of that one.
That's true.
I don't like when people overhear you talking to somebody and try to get in on what you're talking about, and they don't even know you. Now, I'm a very outgoing person. Mary Jones,
he's guilty of that sometimes.
No, I don't do it anymore. But I have filters now. But I was walking through the RV park, and some lady was over here talking very loudly to her husband, obviously going, I know her, and she does stuff like that. And I wanted to jump in and say, I know, right? I just wanted to, but I didn't. I know that's not what you're talking about. That's the more comical side of it. Obviously, I wasn't a part of their conversation, but I do know what you're saying here. And I know it's not the same as what I just did, but I used to think it was funny, but some people don't. Plus, I'm 57 years old.
No, you just look at it like that dog meme, like.
Yes and no, I cannot as of Monday because it's a minivan. But I will call in the morning to finalize camping therapy. Okay.
Oh, Fairy Dust, you going to Mayberry, or are you trying to get into Mayberry?
I think they might be giving her a hard time about it. So I have a leg of lamb calling my name. Good night, all. A little bit crazy's here. Ellen J, welcome.
Hey, a little bit crazy.
We're talking about what irritates you. Do you have anything that irritates you? Mine is people coming on ramps without looking till they get to the end of it. Good night, Derek and Tanya. Camping therapy, Fairy Dust, Sweep the Wild Winds. We have 29 people. If we drop to 25, I will end. We are over an hour. Sweep the Wild Winds, I confirm that I can take my camper with only a cassette toilet. I was told yes, but it's an actual camper. No personal vehicles allowed for camping. That most campgrounds won't let you do that. Loving you, Nancy, Fairy Dust says.
Oh, Fairy Dust, I love you too.
Scooby Life is here and says,
hey,
I have two that are related. One, people that smack gum loudly, and people that smack their food. I agree. Both of those.
That's bad table manners. As my mama would say. Ladies don't eat like that.
Just to respect from people, if you've got a problem with someone, don't take it to somebody else's channel and give that person common respect. Yeah, I stay out of all that stuff. I'm not getting involved in stuff like that, and I understand. And I also told you, we don't talk about it on here, but because I asked, it's okay. I hate it when you tell someone that I will talk about it later in front of others, and they insist on you saying it in front of the other people. Wow.
Yeah, that's not right. That's impolite. I agree with you on that.
Oh, slurping beverages or soup. Thank God you don't do that. I don't do that. Kathleen Klein, you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
I need you guys to post links to your channels. Any of you that are moderators, that's the only way I can really pay you.
Hey, Water Girl.
A lot of girls here. A lot of people come in for the second hour.
Water Girl, we're talking about what irritates you. So if you want to share with us anything that irritates you.
John Chalker, Justin Blue Lane, if you want to drop the link. I see you guys in the green room. I'll get with you in a second. I cannot catch the chat. I put a 10-second delay on it. Apparently, I need to up that a little bit, but that's okay. It's
yeah, you guys will give you, each of you, a few minutes to come up to the panel and tell us what irritates you.
Okay, I'm going to bring you both up, but I'm going to let John go first. Okay, Hilda, here we go.
Hello, you too.
Hello.
Hi, John. Tell us,
hey,
what
guys.
is it that irritates
you? Know what's
you?
been infuriating me, really?
Tell me.
That what they're saying is about trying to take the money away from the police department.
Yeah, that's kind of. That's kind of
And then,
counterintuitive.
you know how we got all these problems where our men got hurt overseas? That's another thing that's been infuriating me lately.
I agree with you on that.
A neighbor of mine put up a United States flag because their family member was over there, got shot, okay, and now they're in, medical. They put up a flag, they threatened their house to burn it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not right. That is very irritating.
That's a
no-no.
That's a
I agree.
no-no.
I agree with you.
You got another one
Then,
you want to do real quick?
Go ahead, sis.
Well, that's what irritates me. They say guys are coming home and they're not. And my other half is still over there fighting for what right now? They did what they had to do and they're still not home. That's what gets me. And that irritates me and other military wives. It's like they should have been home already.
That is true. I completely agree with you.
And some of my friends have died. Some of my friends have died over there for what?
Yep. It's kind of hard to justify right now.
They had to do a long time ago at the beginning. And this has gone on too long. And the government don't really care about these guys because they're putting them expendable. And it's not right.
I agree.
Because they have family and young kids, and the government don't care.
Yeah, military families need to have a lot of support.
Wow.
I'm a former military spouse.
Yeah, my whole family's military except for me. I'm paramilitary.
And it is rough.
I'm a military brat. My ex-husband was military. The one I've got now is in the military and overseas. He's been there almost 4 years because everything that's been happening, no flying and all that. And they told him he'll be home like 6 months ago, and then they changed it. Says, no, you won't be home until December.
Yep.
And his buddies are getting killed around him.
Yeah.
And it's like, why can't y'all bring them home and take new guys over there, bring all the guys that's been there the longest and refresh the guys. And they're not doing that. They said, well, we're going to bring them home. And right now there's guys in, is it Bosnia or Iraq somewhere, where they're trapped behind enemy lines because the enemy had took over. And they can't.
I've been praying for all of them every single day.
Yeah, I've been listening to stories. I listen to, I've got satellite radio, and I listen to stories from people over there, and it's not good for what's going on over there right now. Tyrannical, I agree with you. People on their phones. When I'm traveling, I see 1 out of 4 people on their phones when they're driving.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I agree with you, sis.
My phone goes through my radio. I have a mic on my steering wheel.
Hey, that's good.
Cool. That's cool. You did the right thing,
I got the Bluetooth
you did
thing.
the right thing.
I'm spoiled. I can't help it.
Hey, you can be. It's okay.
All right, John. Thanks for coming up, buddy.
My uncle just barely made it out of Afghanistan. So he got shot 4 times.
Well, I had a friend,
Ouch.
was it last week on Wednesday or Thursday, I had a friend that came home in a body bag.
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry to hear that too.
I'm to the point I can't handle any more deaths of my friends. And I've known these guys since I was in my 20s, and I'm 58. And I've known them since I was 20s, in my 20s.
Team 6, I'm related to.
I know one guy in that, and I know some guys in units you can't talk about. And I've lost
I can't talk about, I won't say on here my uncle's name.
Yeah, there's no need to do that. We're dropping people, so John, we'll talk to you later. We're about to wrap this up.
Okay.
Thank you for coming on, John.
All right. And Hilda, you can stay for just a minute because I got to read some of these. Okay.
Okay.
We got Yeah, Tyrannical doesn't like people that drive, and I agree. Fairy Dust, being big thing that's irritating and sad and hurtful is when grown-ups are cussing and saying bad words in front of children and then wonder why children are the way they are.
Yep.
Oh my God,
when
Fairy Dust, you're so right.
When I was growing up, parents were strict on their kids. My mom would get a switch off the tree. She never had to use it, but I knew she was serious. And then when I was a police officer for 20 years, there was this whole thing. We had a whole thing of kids calling us when their parents would spank them. Yeah. And I tell them, why don't you spank them again for calling us for this? Because you were wrong. You need to be spanked. In Texas, you're allowed to spank your kids. You're not allowed to abuse your kids. You're not allowed to bruise your kids. You're not allowed to punch them in the face. You're not allowed to do unreasonable things to your children. In Texas, if you spank a child on the butt, you cannot, by definition, do physical harm to a butt cheek. And that is allowed. Sorry. I scared the dog. I scared him. So,
it's no worse than my daughter. She called, we had neighbors below us that were officers. She yelled out the window, I'm getting abused. And they came up and asked me what happened. And I explained she broke a vase, and I sent her to her room. And he goes, oh, that's why she's yelling abuse out the window. So they went in there and said, your mom should tan your butt for that.
Yep. And for parents to think it's illegal to challenge your children, you are wrong.
Yeah, that's when you were allowed to spank your kids.
You still are. I mean, in Texas. I'm not going to speak for other states, but I was an officer for 20 years. I've never arrested or cited a parent for spanking a child.
I've even gotten in trouble for smacking my son's hand in a grocery store for dropping a jar off the shelf, a glass jar.
Who spoke to you about that?
In Hawaii, and it was like the MPs came out.
Oh, military. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, military. I can't speak for that. I don't know how what their rules are like. So that's that.
Well, I explained to them what happened, and it was an officer's wife that turned me in, and he explained to her what I smacked his hand for dropping the jar. Because you can't block an aisle because they were so squished together. If you go and stay in the middle, people get upset. If you're closer to the shelf, they break things, and then you get in trouble for it. It's like you can't win either way.
Well, you weren't cited or disciplined or told.
Oh, no, they said that it will go in my ex-husband's record. And I said, it can't go in his record because I'm a civilian. He's the military. I'm not. So it better not go in his record. So I went to his commander, the colonel, and told him what happened. And he says, oh, no, that won't go in his record.
Yeah, it will.
He said, you shouldn't have gotten in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Avenger RV, Steve says it irritates him that we outfitted a terrorist group. Plus, we don't forget about our peeps getting killed by one terrorist group, but we can work with and forget what the other terrorist group did. Yeah, that I don't even want to talk about that right now. That's how irritated I am. I don't even want to talk about that right now. Not because I don't want to talk about it, because I almost say something wrong. So I think that all military and their families should get free medical care anywhere and free higher education. Someone's got to pay for all that, but I agree. Military earned it.
Well, I had under my dad before I got married. I had the GI Bill from under my dad. Because your kids get that. Oh yeah,
her daughter gets it. Her daughter gets college paid for, so it's all good. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I went to college, a beauty college.
Oh, good for you! That's awesome.
It worked because you're beautiful. There you go. Dan the Mountain Man says people who pull in forward of you and don't use their signal. Amen to that. Amen to that. Hi, Bill and Nancy. Ron Sees America is actually stopped lurking long enough to talk. He says, hi, Bill and Nancy. Hi, everyone. Thimble NRV Live. Hi there, Mary and Kat.
Welcome, Ron Sees America.
And the other thing that irritates me, people don't want to go back to work because the government keeps giving them free money.
You know what? As a retired person, I love that free money when it comes in, but I don't feel good about taking it. I don't.
Well, the thing is, people should go back to work too. Because right now,
why am I getting it? I'm retired. Why am I getting a check? I mean,
I'm
not out
talking
of
about
work.
the ones that are still young that can work.
I know, but why should I get a check?
Well, you probably get a good pension.
I'm not contradicting you. I agree with you, but I'm saying that as a retired person, I voluntarily don't work, and I still get a check. I like it, but I don't feel good about it. I feel a little bit dirty. But it did buy me my exercise toy, so I'm happy about that.
I would love to go back to work, but since I'm disabled, I can't. And I want to go back to work so bad. But doctors tell me no.
Oh, that's too bad.
I will tell you this, Hilda. I would like to go back to work doing anything except for what I was doing before. Anything. I won't go back as a police officer. That's not happening.
My dream job would be somewhere petting dogs. If there is such a job, I would be the greatest professional petter that ever existed in this planet.
My dream job would be, I would love to have a whole bunch of land where I can put an old West town where people can come and stay and act like they're in the West, trade their today clothes for Western clothes.
That would be cool.
I would love to do something like that to help people because they get frustrated in this day and age. And it's like, if we do something that's not in this day and age, that would be great.
That's true.
Naj, I agree with you. What I detest most of all are people from other countries who complain about this country. And if it's so bad then go back there. I'm very grateful for this country and for all who served. And most foreigners that I know are very grateful to be here. They're actually, they appreciate what we have more than people who grew up here. They appreciate the freedoms that we have. A lot of people don't. Naj, I understand that, but there are people that do too. So that's actually a little bit refreshing. I mean, look at this one here. She's a Mexican national who became an American citizen before I married her. I didn't marry her into paperwork. But she was an American citizen. In fact, she's a police officer for 8 or so years before I even, actually that's not true. I knew you, but we weren't dating or anything back then. In fact, she came to me to ask for advice, and she said, "What's your advice about getting into a police department?" I said, "First of all, do not lie. Second of all, on anything on your application, if they ask and you're ashamed of something that you did, just say you did it. It was 25, 30 years ago. I'm ashamed of it. I don't do it anymore, but admit it, because they will find out. And if they find out after you're hired, you will be fired, because they can't trust your word, they can't use you in court. When you go to court, everything you speak must be the truth. And if they can prove in the past that you have told lies, you are no longer, what's the word I'm looking for? Your integrity. Your integrity is compromised. And therefore any defense attorney can get any case you ever work dismissed because you lied on your application. So I told her, don't lie. I also said, if you say something in the what's it called?
In reports?
No, when you in reports too. What's it called when you go before the board at the very beginning? That was 25 years ago for me, so I don't remember.
The oral
review board. If you go in the oral review board and they ask you a question and you answer it, and they say, well, that's kind of dumb. What if this and this and this? You better not change your answer. You might tell them, okay, under these circumstances, these particular circumstances, I might do it this way than that way. And also, if my supervisor tells me I did do it wrong, I might change it. But at this point that you're asking me, I'm sticking with this answer. Do not change your answer. If you're wishy-washy and you can be easily pushed off your point, they don't want you. So those are 2 pieces of advice I gave her. They must have helped because she did get the job.
Yeah, it's better to be honest about it than lie about it.
A lot of people think it's just easy for just anybody to walk in the door and get that job. It is not. In fact, after she left her job and came up to North Texas and married me, she applied at several places and didn't get accepted. So just even people with experience don't always get accepted, and it's not an easy thing to get into.
Well, they didn't want to say it, but I'm thinking the reason that they didn't want to hire me was because the position that they had open was for the night shift, and it was only one officer, which would have been me, and they were skeptical whether I was going to be able to kick butt by myself, being a short Mexican in the middle of the night. They just didn't want to say it, but I knew what's up.
You're yelling.
Am I yelling?
Yeah.
It irritated
It's
me.
passion. That's a
It's-
Mexican. That's that
passion.
Latin passion coming out of her.
It's like, I mean, if you're wondering whether I can whoop butt or not, then give me somebody, and then I mean, I'll show you my expertise if you would like a demonstration.
Oh, someone said.
Hey, I know some short people
Who
that
said-
can really drop people.
Doreen said you could volunteer to animal shelter and love on the puppies all day long.
Yes, Doreen.
Hildy, don't you make quilts? You can work repairing quilts. I have one given to me by my grandma that needs repairing.
Yeah, I've repaired several quilts. I repaired one that was my great grandmother's that she gave me, and right now it's in storage somewhere.
Oh,
Hey,
B-Bear. Hey, what's going on, my friend? What gets on my nerves is not being able to catch your live streams. That makes me glad that we stayed over 31 minutes because we wouldn't have seen you if we hadn't stayed over. We're talking about a topic tonight that I didn't want to end when we still had 30 plus people in here. If it's at 25 right now, if it gets any lower, I will go ahead and end this. But we've had a pretty good time talking about what irritates you. Yeah.
Oh, drop the link again. Where if any of the rest of you guys want to come up in the panel like Hildy and tell us what irritates you, we'd love to have you come up and share a little bit of whatever you want to talk about that irritates you.
Yeah, Kenneth said he didn't want to come up, and I understand his reasoning. I do understand that.
Like on level sites when you're RVing,
yeah.
or that you set up camp and then you hook up to the power and then the power is not good, so you have to rehook your truck and pack up camp and move to a different spot.
Yeah. Whoa, I almost put Kathleen Klein on timeout. That's an accident if I hit that button. I was trying to click on your name and it highlighted the timeout. Hopefully you're not timed out, Kathleen.
Hey, Bugs Bundy is here.
What?
Hi, D.
Box Andy, I'm late, but I'm here. Yes, I'm glad we stayed an extra hour, 32 minutes so we can see you. If we drop below 25, we are going to end the live stream, but we're having fun talking about what irritates you. We've talked across everything from traffic to military.
Yes.
I still have to go through these in the chat here, Hildy. I'm not ignoring you. I still have to go through these chats and make sure I'm keeping up.
I know. It takes a lot of work.
It is, but it's so much fun though.
Yes, it is. We love Thursday
night,
nights.
RV Ashes in April. Thank you for joining us.
Good night, RV Ashes in April. One Strange Adventures here.
I learn all this
One
stuff.
Strange Adventure.
What's that?
Someday when I learn all this stuff, I'm going to come and talk to you and say, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that?
It's a challenge. Because it's a challenge for us because we don't want to miss anybody. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We don't want to miss people, and it's real easy to do so. That's why I put a 10-second delay on there, but that really hasn't made a big difference. Next week it'll probably be 20 seconds. But we'll see.
One Strange Adventure, you're talking about what irritates you. There's a link on there. If there's something that irritates you that you want to come on our panel and talk about.
You know what? One Strange Adventure, what Harold would say irritates him? Jason. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing. I'm playing. Box Van D, the rock star, is in the house. She's always been here, but she was busy doing some other stuff. All the people that think women, especially the only ones, are helpless. Yeah, I agree.
That's true.
Kathleen Klein, Naj, I grew up in the third world countries and nothing beats the USA. I wouldn't leave this country for any reason. I've talked about going to Mexico because our money's worth 9 times more down there. And we can go, like, she's from Mexico and says, no. I said, but we can go somewhere nice. No.
There is nothing more heartbreaking than knowing what you have available here and seeing a little kid that is filthy and hungry and selling candy on a big street that is about 6 years old when they need to be in school and they are begging you to buy something.
Yep. Nancy's going to love this from B-Bear. Read that.
B-Bear says, hello, everyone that said hello to me, trying to doctor a rotten rabbit. She had surgery and she is really cranky. Oh, poor Rabby.
Now, Nancy has her own laptop over there where she can read her own stuff, but she likes to face that camera. She loves.
Well, I don't want to to be rude if I'm talking to the guys
What does-
and be like,
what does Sue
like
do?
this. My mama
Sue
told me
does
that. My mama told me when I was growing up that when you're talking to somebody, you have to look at them in
That's
the
true.
eyeballs.
Well,
Otherwise,
Sue when her
She's
husband
right.
is, and she sits actually in another room and types does that
yeah,
stuff.
but I don't want to be rude to
I don't
the
want you to be in
guys.
another room. I want you right here with me, right here.
Oh, Beaver, you kiss that Rabbi and you tell that Rabbi that I
No.
love it, even
If
though I
he's-
haven't met it yet.
If the Rabbi is cranky, I don't want you to get bit. So don't kiss that rat.
Okay, well then tell Rabbi that I'm sending kisses.
Yeah, don't kiss him on the mouth at least. Maybe on top of the head. Box Fandy, when I called about my camper, the seller tried to tell me it was too big of a product for me and hadn't even met me. I guess I showed him. Wow.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
that's not right. Yeah, camping therapy.
That should
is
fall
true.
into the what irritates me category.
Oh, you know what?
Mhm.
Speaking of that, when I was a police officer, there was a position in an apartment complex for a security officer. And I went over there and interviewed, and right off the bat, I got the feeling that he didn't want to hire me because I was a woman.
And
So-
short. She's very short.
And finally, I called him out on it. And I just told him, it's like, look, if you're looking for a male officer, then tell me you are looking for a male officer. Don't be dancing
Mhm.
around the issue. If you have an issue because I'm a woman, then basically tell it to my face. And then I'll go somewhere else. Now, if you want a police officer that is well trained and can come over here and take care of your business, then I'm your
Mhm.
girl. So what do you have to say? And I mean, I guess it worked because after that, I mean, he hired me and I got the job. But yeah, I feel you.
It's like when you go to a mechanic shop or a car dealer, what irritates me is they treat women like they're nobodies.
They still do that
And
these days?
Yeah, they do. Because I've been to quite
Wow.
a few and they treated me like, why don't you have a guy with you? And I tell them, I know more about cars than you think.
Yeah, there's like, don't be telling me that the where is your husband thing.
I tell them, I'm single, so why do I need a guy?
Yeah. Good
Right.
night, Susan.
I
Good
know
night,
what I'm
Susan.
doing because I've had my dad, ex-husband, ex-boyfriends teach me how to work on vehicles. So I learned quite a bit. I've even changed brakes before, me and my sister in front of guys. And they said, oh, do we need to do it for you? And we just popped it in.
Wow.
You know, those little hooks that guys have problems with when they do the brakes? My sister and I didn't because we had tiny fingers at the time.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
And we changed the brakes, and these guys looked at us like we were crazy.
I took a car in. I did back in the day. I did my own brakes. I did the front, and I was just too lazy to do the back. So I said, I'll just take it in. And I took my car in there, and the mechanic told me, he's like, we're gonna have to change all of them. I'm like, what do you mean all of them? It's like, yeah, the front ones are not good, and try to give me like some lingo.
Hey,
Mhm.
a lot of people are leaving. We are at 24 people. So Hilda, I'm going to say good night to you.
Well,
I'm
I'm
gonna tell
getting
one
ready to fix some egg burritos right now.
All
Okay,
right.
well, good to see you, Hildy. Thank you for coming
Well,
up.
good night.
You
Thanks for
too.
coming up.
You're
What does it
welcome.
say? Millie Chocolate.
Call Me V gave me that name.
I like it.
I like it.
Well,
I
have
like
a good night.
chocolate.
I got one more story I want to tell before we go.
Good night, Hildy.
Good night, Hildy.
It's like I like chocolate.
Oh, me
Oh,
too.
there you go.
I just can't have that stuff anymore.
Hey, I'm young still.
Yeah, I'm 57. I'm the
Life
same
Life is
age as
too
you.
short. Hey, I'm 58. Life is too short. If I can't have what I want, then what's worth living?
I
You can't
understand.
have what you
right.
I've
want.
just decided I don't want to be big and fat anymore, so I'm going to stop eating stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying you have to quit. In fact, if I was at your house, I would grab a handful of those. Trust me.
Well, what's so bad is my glucose is normal when I eat junk food. And when I eat good, healthy food, it's up in the 200s, up to 250, 290. But when I eat junk food, it's normal.
Wow.
I'm not normal. I've been told
Well,
that.
you have a very active and capable, what's it called? Insulin gland. What's it called? The pancreas. Thank you. Gosh. I speak Spanish so much that sometimes I forget how to say stuff in English.
I know a poquito Spanish. Poquito.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go, Hilda.
All right.
Thank
Catch
you,
you later.
Hildy. Good night.
Have a good night.
All right. Thank you for coming up. You're always welcome. Always, always. Okay. And also, John Chalker, you're always welcome too. But I should bring up one person at a time. That way they don't talk over each other, because our people don't like that. So I want to tell you a story real quick. Since we're back up to 27 now.
About a man named Jed.
I almost forgot what it was now. What were we talking about? Darn it.
We was talking to Hildy about chocolate and what irritates us. And we was talking about mechanical stuff and women.
Oh, about people not giving women the respect they deserve. That also works in another way. When I first started out in law enforcement, I was a reserve for the first 9 months, waiting for a full-time position. Reserve means you go and you work for free.
I have to go powder my nose.
A reserve means you work for free. You're still a police officer. You have all the police officer has. You just don't get paid for it. And I was waiting in line to get the job. Atkins makes some good chocolate treats. They do, Kathleen Klein. You're absolutely right. I love my chocolate, especially love Reese's. I mean, that's a weakness of mine. So what I want to do, what I wanted to talk to you about is I was waiting in line. Well, a position finally came open, and we had another reserve that just started who was a black female. And they came to me and said, look, we don't have any black officers or female officers. We need to hire her before you, even though you've been waiting in line for 9 months. And I told my boss right to his face, I understand. I used to work in banking, and I work in finance and budget and all this other stuff. And I know how the world works. And I agreed. And I told my boss to his face, my chief of police, I said, anything that helps the department in the long run or today is going to help me in the long run. So, yes, I understand you need to hire her, and I understand why. He looked me straight in the eye like, what'd you just say? I was thinking, did I say something wrong? He goes, I'll tell you what, come with me over to City Hall. We went over to City Hall, and they hired both of us. They created a position for me because of my attitude that I knew that we didn't have a female. I knew we didn't have a black officer, and this is in South Texas. And you need to have representation of your community. You need that. And I understood that. And even though I had been waiting in line for a job for 9 months, and this person was new and just came along, I told them, I said, I'm good with it. And the good karma that I created right there caused not only her to get hired, but a new position that got me hired. They didn't even have that position. He went over and told our city health staff is black. Most of them. Our mayor was black. Our chief was black. And a couple of the girls over there in City Hall were white. And I'm not talking about race thing. This isn't about race. It's about representing your community. Law enforcement should represent its community. I'm not talking about any kind of they weren't being anything, none of that bull crap. I just believed that we needed the proper representation, and it would actually serve my department better to be represented properly than it would be to hire me because I was first. And I understood that.
Tool Belt Divas Unite.
So Tool Belt Divas. So I do know it also doesn't work. It doesn't just work. Yummy, yummy, nosh, nosh, nosh. Just take a step back and
say, are you gonna let me in, or should I?
Oh, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
I was so focused on my story that I forgot.
I'm sorry.
Great attitude and job, and I did get the job, by the way, and I had that job for 20 years. Not that place. I moved up. I moved from that city to a bigger city to a very bigger city, and I was. It was a good career. I just won't go back. Frozen Reese's have no calories. Is that true? Because they're frozen. You know what? I love Reese's. I am not going to criticize somebody for eating Reese's or any kind of chocolate. I made a choice for my life. I see you, Box Van D. Hey, guys, don't run off Box Van D in the green room. But I made a choice for my life, not making judgments for other people's life, that I want to lose weight. I just carrying around this baby, her baby, for too long.
I ain't giving up the chocolate. That's just what it is.
I'm not giving up chocolate. If I work out 4,000 calories and I eat 2,000 calories, I think I can have some chocolate if I want to.
You know what else irritates me?
It just makes me feel bad.
You guys.
What irritates you?
Disrespectful children to their parents in public. The screaming and the and rude people to the elderly in stores or just out in public.
You're rude to me all the time. I'm elderly.
That's different.
Okay. D is in the green room. I'm gonna bring her up. Are you ready?
Yes.
D, you ready? Thumbs up. Okay, here we go. Everybody, this is a surprise guest on the Thin Blue Line. Hi there.
I'm a surprise, all right. Hello. Let's see if I can do this right. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Bill.
Oh, other side.
Yeah, I never get it right.
How you doing, Dee?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to say, you can tell that Bill is respectful of women. You know why? How he is with you. That's a very good sign of a man that respects women. If he treats his wife good.
You're absolutely right about that.
And I don't have any respect for a man that will treat his wife bad. Sorry.
Oh, I would never. She shoots better than I do. I'm not going to treat her bad. she literally has higher shooting scores than I do.
Yeah, you know better than that. I'll be regulating.
So, yeah, I think that is a pet peeve of mine also. When men disrespect women just because they're women, not because of anything else, that's wrong.
Yeah.
And women can
I completely agree.
Women are not as strong as men physically, okay? But women can do anything a man can do, and some things better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've her help me with some stuff that she's great with the hitch. Because she can get up in there. She can get up under the truck and get up into the
I have little hands.
Yeah. Small hands. Kathleen Klein says, I was the first single female to go through truck driving school in 1986. Opened the door and had several, the next class. Very
good for you.
Wow.
Yeah, look at you at Trailblazer out there. That's awesome.
Hey, Hilda, I was not criticizing your desire to eat chocolate. I love chocolate. It's my favorite thing in the world.
I can't give it up. I cannot give it up.
Oh, me neither.
Let me tell you something, though. When I'm working out, I also do an 18-hour fast. I eat for 8 hours or 16-hour fast, and I fast for 16 hours. If I eat carbohydrates after fasting 16 hours, I get not sick, but I just want to go lay down and just
yeah. Well, it's a sugar high. It's what happens. You get a sugar high, and then once it starts to go away, it's almost like hypoglycemia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ask her. Twice this week, I've actually taken a nap. I don't take naps, but both times we had cheeseburgers and French fries. Both those times.
That is not the
So I called my daughter who does the fasting there. Her husband's lost almost 100 pounds doing his fasting and working out. He also goes to the gym. And I asked her, I said, what am I doing wrong? She goes, no. You can eat carbs. You can even eat chocolate, but not in a large amount after you fasted. First of all, it negates the fast. It negates it. And second of all, you're going to crash hard. And I said, don't I already know this? I mean,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
A lot of people don't realize how good fasting is for you once in a while, once a week or something. You should fast. I shouldn't say you should, but it's good for you to fast because it gives your body a chance to, pull it all together. And I don't know. I know it's good for you.
Angie, hey, I would not want to be that guy.
It is so hard for me to keep my mouth shut when I see a man disrespected. Oh, you know what, sister? Me too. I don't like middle in anybody's business. However, if you're being disrespectful to an elderly person or if you're being disrespectful to a woman or something, I'm gonna say something to your face.
Yeah. Hey, but let me turn that around a little bit. It's just as bad for a woman to disrespect a man.
Yes.
Period. Because we all should be showing respect for one another.
Amen.
Exactly.
I give respect.
I just wanted to come up and say hello to you guys. That's all.
We love having you.
I don't need to stay up here. I know we're getting ready to shut it down, but I thought since you're
we were below 25. We're back up to 29 thanks to you being here.
I don't think it has anything to do with me, but
yeah, we love having you, Dee.
Either way, we're going to wrap this up at the 2-hour mark. That's 10 more minutes. We'll do 10 more minutes. You want to stay with us for 10 minutes? Or
Sure, I'll stay.
Okay. Yeah, Kathleen Klein was joking about the frozen chocolate losing calories. It doesn't work that way.
Just for me, I eat frozen chocolate. I'll tell you what, honestly, I eat chocolate at least 2 or 3 days a week. And I eat a candy bar, usually a small candy bar. But
What's your favorite chocolate, D?
This is water.
my favorite is York peppermint patties.
Really?
Yeah, that's my favorite. But I like Musketeers and Hershey's, and I like almost anything chocolate. Chocolate
I
cake.
love dark chocolate. Anything dark chocolate. Oh my God. I mean, I don't do it anymore, but I used to eat like them jumbo Hershey bars. I could put that down, no problem.
Dark chocolate is bitter to me. I don't like it, but
I
do like
love you too, Mary Jones.
Oh, Mary Jones.
Look at Mary Jones sticking with us for the whole 2 hours. I love her. I love her. You know, she's in bed.
Too.
She's in bed trying to go to bed, trying to go to sleep, and we're keeping her up.
Hey, Mary Jones, thank you for welcoming us into your bedroom or wherever you are at your house. We appreciate it.
Mary Jones is naked in her bed with the blanket up to here and a respirator on her face. Tell me I'm wrong, Mary Jones. Am I any part of what I just said? Is it wrong?
Or do you want me to smack him? I will do that too.
Yeah, she's here to keep me in line.
Hi, Kathleen.
You will not talk about our viewers in such ways.
There's nothing wrong with what I just said. Angie Hayes says, I had a man talking down to a woman at my desk, and then when they stepped outside, he slapped her. Oh, it didn't take long for me to get from behind my desk in his face.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, no, I would have to jump in. I got too much of my job in me. I would stop that right away. Nobody's
here's another one. I don't think it's right. If there's a man around that sees a woman being mistreated and then does not stand up for her.
Yeah.
Because a man against a woman, if there's another man around, he should be standing up.
Yeah. I agree. That's a stand-up thing to do.
You don't want to be the guy hitting a woman in front of me. You don't want that to happen.
No.
And I
would stand next to you anytime, Bill. I know you would take care of it.
No, I'd probably go over there and be like, why don't you try to hit me over here?
Now, listen, if somebody hit her, by the time I got up to do something about it, they would already be in pain on the ground because she understands pressure point technologies. She may be little, but she knows how to work pressure points. And she can put you on the ground.
I know how to protect myself, but at the same time, I still think if a man is around, he should do that.
I agree. Look at this here. Mary Jones,
good, Mary Jones. You are a queen.
You are a queen. That's right.
I used to have a special pair of pink handcuffs to arrest the domestic abusers.
Oh,
so
my God.
Everybody knew when whoever I brought to the jail, if they were wearing pink handcuffs, they knew what was up.
If I could ever find a man, I'll tell you what I would look for in a man. I would look for a man that has his stop.
Well, he is a good one.
I'm sure he is. But I would look for a man that knew how to respect a woman, but also knew how to be a gentleman and respected a woman's mind, brain, that he realized she can think for herself and she has an opinion that's worth listening to.
Yeah.
I think that's important. And, I think in a relationship, you have to have the same thing on both sides. It's a partnership. It's not man over woman or woman over man. It's a partnership. And you're not going to always agree. But allow each other to have your own feelings and thoughts. That's what I think.
I agree. And fairy dust, I got to tell you, any chocolate is awesome. Yes, if there was no chocolate around, I would eat the dark chocolate. Okay, so I agree with you. All of my guys will come to a woman's defense and do something to make the man regret it. Yeah, Kathleen, you don't want to do that in front of me. I will go to jail over something like that.
I also feel that way with an animal. God forbid and God help you if I ever see anybody abusing an animal.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be pretty.
Now, in Texas, a dog is considered property. It's not considered an entity or a person. However, in Texas, if you assault a dog, like beating it or doing something, it's a Class A misdemeanor. You will do 30 days in jail. So I love working in Texas. Texas stands up for everything I believe in. If I'm at a house with you, D, and your husband's next to you, or your husband, pretend you have one, and
Yeah.
he has not hit you, but he's standing there with his fist clenched because you called the police.
Yeah.
I can arrest him for that. I can arrest him.
They
for
don't do that in California where I was.
No,
Guaranteed.
no. In the old days, it was different, but these days, we go through special training for domestic violence in Texas.
Yeah.
In fact, we have to fill out a kit that's about this thick when we make an arrest with family violence. We got to tell this agency and that agency. But if I think a man who's standing there with his fist clenched is going to hit you the minute I walk out the door, I can just go ahead and hook him up, and there's nothing he can do. He can sue me, whatever he wants, nothing he can do about it. And I mean, you have to have a way to articulate that you believe that he's going to hit her just because someone's
the
hand.
biggest problem with women that get hit by men, and I know I'm talking from experience, is they know they won't stand you. They know you won't stand up for yourself. You're afraid. They know that. They turn you in that little piece of fear. You know, they made you afraid, and you believe you can't take care of yourself because they have, you know. So that's a whole subject, abuse. But the thing is, the bottom line is, a man. Here's how I learned. Okay, I had a husband. We were separated. He wanted to get together and talk with me. Right, tried to get me to come back. And while we were talking outside, he stood up over me and he threatened me with his starting to come toward me. And I stood up the first time in 5 years we were together. I stood up. I said, I'm going to use some words, okay? I said, go ahead and hit me, you SOB, but you better kill me because if I survive, you won't be walking when we're done. And most men that would hit him.
Most men that would hit a woman are cowards anyway, and that type of talk right there, what you just did, that's usually enough to shut that crap down right there. You know,
it did.
You know what I tell women? I tell women, you know, your husband's got to sleep sometime.
Yeah. I love the story about the woman that sewed up the sheet around her husband, took a sock and filled it up with the quarters because he was always beating her, and she beat the crap out of him. He couldn't get back to
Kathleen Klein. Wow, I can't believe that.
What?
They had a temporary ranch hand who hit one of our horses. He was on the ground with a broken jaw in a nanosecond. First of all, I got to respect you using the word nanosecond. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And Hilda says, I agree with you today 100%. Wasn't this a great topic? I'm so glad it just came to me today. I want to talk about this today. What irritates you? I mean, yes, men hitting women, men not respecting someone else because of blank. Okay, if I give respect to everyone, that's got to be earned. But I give a level of it. You either have to make it bigger or you make it smaller. But it isn't something you are the color of your skin. It's something about the way you're talking or acting.
Right. Right.
Well, and also respect says a lot of like how you were brought up. You know what I mean? How you treat other people and the respect that you give just a human being just because it's a human being on how you were raised.
Well, a lot of people aren't raised that way. So if you're not raised with a household with taught you to respect each other, sometimes you don't have to learn that until somebody knocks you down a little bit. you know?
That's another thing, D. I arrested a Nigerian man for hitting his wife. And he says, I don't know why you have arrested me. He's in the back of my car. I said, because you hit your wife. In my country, that's okay. In this country, it's not
okay.
She's not going to press charges. I stopped the car. I stopped my SUV on the side of the road. I opened up that little window that you talked through. And I looked at him and I said, in this state, I press the charges, not your wife.
Oh, I love it.
The officer presses the charges. The wife is non-culpable. She can't come back at him for anything because the woman doesn't have to press the charges. If I see an offense, I press the charges. Now, I'd like to have a statement from her to help back up what I say and what I do, but I don't need it. In Texas, I love Texas. And this is what I said to him next. I said, if you want to hit somebody, why don't you try hitting me? And he just sat back and said, look.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
That's exactly what he did. And then I closed the window and I took him to jail. Shut him up right away. I love, if you're going to be a cop, Texas is the place to do it. What's right is right and what's wrong is
If
wrong.
you're going to be a wife of an abusive man, you need to move to Texas too.
Yes. I think Florida's pretty close on the laws.
Good for you, Mary Jones.
Oh, Mary Jones had a story back here. Let me go back to it. I didn't want to interrupt Dee. Her ex-husband was drunk. He came up to me and tried to spit on me and came at me trying to choke me. I hit him with my fist as hard as I could, right between his eyes. Perfect. I bet he didn't do it again. Because when you let a man get away with it once, it's just going to keep on getting worse. It doesn't get the same. It's never the same. It always gets worse. I tell women this.
And he is never going to change.
Yeah. And I tell women this and men.
The sad thing about abused women is they keep going back because they believe that he will change. But I know they don't. I won't say they can't.
Yes.
There are some that will change, but not often.
They have to be motivated.
9 out of 10, they never change.
Right. Right. That's exactly right. Hi, boo.
I love Dark Chocolate. I agree with what you said, Dee. I got hit once and he regretted that because after that, somebody hit him with an iron skillet for hitting me. Amen. That's a friend you need to keep around right there.
Wow, we're getting tough on men. Sorry, Bill. It's not you.
Hey, women abuse men too, so it just hasn't come up so far.
It does go both ways. It does.
Boardman, I agree with you, sir. You're a gentleman. I've seen the way you act with everybody, and I would never expect you to act any other way than what you have described in your sentence there. So that is good. Florida's the same. Officer presses the charge.
Kenny, I would marry you in a second.
Me too, Kenny.
Yeah, we love you, Kenny.
Yeah. Now he's in his grave. Yeah. Well,
now he's going to have to answer to God, and he ain't going to be able to lie to him.
Nope.
That's the answer. That's right.
Yeah. You see this right here? But I love him. Yeah, that's why Avengers in a state that also allows the officer to press the charges. Florida, Avenger RV Avenger. That's Steve. He hears it too because he's in the job. I don't know if he wants to be talking about that or not, but he also has heard this. I love him. Don't arrest him.
A million times I said that. I love him. I love him. So what?
Let me tell you something.
You love him enough to die, people?
Yes. Let me tell you something, D. If an officer in Texas leaves a man he thinks is going to hit a woman, leaves him there, and he does hit that woman, the officer will lose his job, and also the department can get sued. We have to act. You must act.
Yeah.
Now, if I can't articulate that I know he's going to hit you because I don't have a crystal ball. He's never hit you before. If he's never hit you before, I can offer. You can go to jail or you can go to a hotel for the night. I can make that offer. That's one thing I like about Texas.
Right.
Because I don't have a crystal ball. I can't swear in a court that he's going to hit you, especially if he never has. But I can't leave the house with the two of you looking like you're about to hit each other. So I ask one of you to leave. I said, I'm not saying abandon the house, the property, give up your rights to the house. That's what a lot of men, especially foreign men, think I'm trying to do. I'm like, no, I just need you to leave, even if it's for 6 or 7 hours.
Cooling off.
Yes, just leave.
Yes.
Just leave. Or you can come to jail. You can get bonded out in about 6 or 7 hours. Now, in Texas, we keep you a minimum amount of time. I don't know what it is now because I've not been out of but there's a minimum amount of time.
Well, that's 24 to 72 hours, depending whether there was like physical violence.
Yes, and if there's physical violence, they have to keep him at least 24 hours because they have to, by law, notify the wife that he's going to be released in 24 hours. So he has to at least be there 24 hours to qualify that statement I just made. So, yes. Yeah. And normally we don't talk politics. We don't talk police. But tonight is different, guys. Tonight is a topic about what irritates you. This is open season. This is what
irritates almost everyone.
Yes. What Mary says, she said, I used to call the police on him. They wouldn't do crap. That's true. Because I lived in a time, of course, these were years ago, when they didn't care. They didn't care.
That is a very difficult position.
It is a different time today. It's
back in the day it was different. It was
it
actually way back in the day it was actually expected that a man keep his wife in line.
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
That attitude is not welcome in law enforcement today. The officer would get sued. The department can get sued.
Good night, Kathleen.
Good night, Kathleen.
Hey, Kathleen, it's been 2 hours and 5 minutes. We are going to wrap this up pretty soon, but I'm not going off with Dion here. That's a rock star.
In other words, I have to say goodbye before you end the stream.
That's right. We'll be here all night. If D wants to be on here all night, D is going to be on here all night. Nice. Yeah.
Don't forget to
share it out and get more people in here. Then you'll be able to stay.
Yeah, actually, I had said if we drop below 25, I would wrap it up. Definitely a different story today. She Devil Adventures as well. It should be.
Yeah.
One of the
also today, there have places for women to go. We had no place to go. We had no protection. Even families would not stand up for their members of their family when they were being abused. So today things have changed a lot. Not all for the good, but some for the good.
And even in Texas, it's kind of hard to get into those shelters because a lot of them are full. Colleen C., welcome to the Blue Crew.
Hi, Colleen.
She's right. He's got to sleep sometime.
Right?
Yep, that's what I said earlier today. Yep, that's right.
And also, now that they have, in reference to domestic violence, there's a lot more education nowadays than it was before. That it used to be taboo and nobody talked about domestic violence. And now there's a lot of information out there for women that can actually read up on that, because there are some women that don't even know what domestic violence is or what constitutes domestic violence, that it doesn't necessarily have to be physical violence to be
and if they were raised in an environment that thought that made them feel that's okay, they think they deserve it. They think that's the way they're supposed to be treated. So things have changed. Thank God.
Yeah, they have. There's still some pockets. There's still some areas. There's still some problems. But like She Devil says, they have a domestic violence coordinator. And the reason for that is, in Texas, if you make a domestic violence arrest, there's a packet that they give an officer at the beginning of every day. Or I take 2 or 3 because I know I'm going to have at least 2 domestic violences. And that packet has to be filled out in total. By the time you go home at the end of the day, you arrest a guy or a girl for abusing their husband or wife. And you have to fill out all that paperwork. You've got to notify Adult Protective Services, women's shelters. You've got to there's a whole legal list of questions and boxes you have to check off. So the coordinator's probably there in your department to make sure all those boxes are checked properly. Because
let's not forget something, Bill. When there is an abusive adult in the household, the children, even if the children are not being hit, they are hurt. It hurts the children. They have to watch even if they don't get hit. And most of the time, they do get hit. Yeah. But children are just as abused as the abused partner. So, emotionally.
D?
Yes.
You know that domestic violence packet I was talking about?
Yeah.
This much of it is if there's any kids in the house, name them all, name their ages.
Yeah.
Got to put it all in there. I mean, that what you just said is absolutely the physical. There's more things to life than, and you're aware of this, personally aware. There's more to life than physical abuse. You can be mentally abused as well.
Right. Exactly.
And I know that you know that.
Yep. That's right. That is fact.
So this has been a weird topic for a happy-go-lucky channel like Thin Blue Lane. But
you started it.
Yeah, hey! This has been an open house. I even let some people say some things I told them not to say tonight because this is what irritates you. Yeah. I personally cannot stand driving a 50-foot RV in the right lane where you're supposed to be, by the way, and having people come up that on-ramp and not pay attention until they get to the end. And then they get mad at you because they got to go over on the shoulder or speed up or slow down. And I'm looking over at them, seeing they're on their cell phone, coming up an on-ramp. They just assume you're going to let them over. I had a guy one time when I worked an accident in the city I worked in. I'm not going to say which one, but this guy came up the on-ramp. He got on the on-ramp and slammed into the side of the front of a truck. And his excuse was
say that.
his excuse was that the 18-wheeler took almost half a mile to stop. He must have been speeding. I said, I don't care if he was going 100. It is your fault that you do not have the right of way on an on-ramp. The on-ramp, right. You're supposed to yield to them. They don't have to yield to you. They don't. No, yes, it's a courtesy to move over. If you can. It's a courtesy to speed up or slow down if you can. But it is not a requirement. And that's another thing.
Only any truck driver knows they can't slow down that fast like a car can.
That's right.
They cannot slow down that fast. So people, if you're on the road, think about that. You're putting your life in danger, not the truck driver, because he's not going to get hurt, but you are.
Yeah.
Field Guy says hi. Field Guy 316 is here.
Yes, I saw. I said hello. And TGIF is also here. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
What does it say?
And James Cantonese is here. And Nancy. Oh, Nancy. Yeah, of course, Nancy.
I'm here.
She's here.
I just was going down the names.
she's wearing her shirt backwards just so you can see Thin Blue Lane. I've got mine forward and hers is backwards.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. I might want to order a shirt with like a big logo on the front.
The whole thing is that I bought these little ones so it wouldn't look like guys were going, what does that say? Looking at her chest. You know? But if you want one like that, I'll get you one like that. TGIF is here. Welcome after 2 hours and 12 minutes into the show. Look at this. Always, forever, believe.
Always believe.
I like
Always
that.
Forever.
One of these days, we're going to have to come out to where you are and visit.
Gosh, I sure hope you do. Maybe you can come in January. I wish you could.
We'll have to work that in somewhere and come and have a visit.
Yeah.
So
I would love that.
So the guy complained on me for saying it was his fault and not the 18-wheeler's fault. And my boss brought me into his office and he goes, this guy was all bragging on you yesterday. And now today, all of a sudden, he got the copy of the report where he sees that he's at fault. He's wanting to complain on you. And I said, I told you he was going to do that. And he goes, I don't remember you saying that. I said, so why am I in your office? Did I do something wrong? This is my lieutenant. And he said, well, I don't understand why he's mad at you. What took place? I said, the guy came on an on-ramp. He wasn't looking. He hit the front of an 18-wheeler. I mean, how do you miss something that big?
Right.
And he was all friends with me because he thought I was on his side.
Right.
But he said the 18-wheeler, he said this is why he thought I was on his side. I didn't say anything wrong. He said the 18-wheeler may have been speeding. And I said, he may have. That's all I did. I agree with he may have. But he has the right of way, whether he's speeding or not.
No, I had one that I did a police report on a collision on a car and a train. And the train conductor came to the police department trying to say that he was injured in the wreck. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Another thing. This. I'm glad you're still here, D. I'm glad we're all still here to hear this one. I almost forgot to mention this one. Green lights do not mean go. If you're sitting at a red light and it turns green, it doesn't mean you can just close your eyes and race forward. Look and make sure that 18-wheeler stops. Look at that ambulance. Just make sure it stops. Green.
Proceed with caution.
Green does not mean go. Green means check first. You have the what's the word I'm talking? You have the something right to go.
Presumption of
right you have away. The presumption of right away. Green gives you the presumption of right away. Green does not mean punch it.
And also, yellow does not mean hurry up.
No.
You know what? Any lawyer
yellow means be prepared to stop, not punch it, and hopefully you'll make it.
Look at the moderator. Why does it keep telling you you're a moderator?
I don't know. It just.
That's weird. She's not a moderator. You're a manager.
FYI.
The next thing
see what James says. He says, U.S. truckers do speed. We be late to deliver food. Yes, but you do speed to keep it with your schedule, but I don't think you're going to speed up when you come past we're an on ramp where somebody's coming on.
I was in a car. I was in a car with a girlfriend in high school, and I was in a parking lot. And I was coming up through a parking lot, right? And there's a truck here and a truck here parked. So I couldn't see what was on. I couldn't see what was on the other side, right? I'm going straight. I have the right of way in a parking lot, right? If you're going straight, you assume, even though that's not a public roadway. So yeah. I just for the hell of it, I stopped to look, and a car came flying through there, and she goes, "My God, you're psychic." I said, "I'm not psychic. I just was using caution because I couldn't see, and I can't just assume the right of way is going to be okay. I'm not just going to assume." So a wreck would have been a bad wreck too, because that guy was hauling butt through the parking lot. But I didn't see him. That's my point. I slowed down because I couldn't see, not because I'm psychic.
You see Field Guy's comment. Green means GTF, out of my way.
That's right. It does mean that, but still, if you have the choice of out of my way or that 18-wheeler is going to kill me, I'm going to let the 18-wheeler go.
I'm going to let the 18-wheeler go.
Yeah. Here's another one. I had a kid on his phone. I know he was. He said he wasn't, but he was at a red light, and 18-wheeler was coming. The light turned green, and he hit the back tire of the 18-wheeler. If you hit the back tire of the 18-wheeler, you are not paying attention. If you didn't see the front tires and the middle tires and the trailer and then the back tires before you raced out into that intersection, you saw a green light and punched it. And yes, he had a green light, and guess who I made at fault? Him. I made the kid at fault. Man, the police, the parents got a lawyer on that trying to say that I tried to say it was their kid's fault. I said, you hit the back tire of a truck. I actually got out a diagram and drew it on a chalkboard in the courtroom. And I said, here's a truck, and you're at the green light. First of all, you should see the truck coming, and the green light turns green. You go, well, I don't think that truck's going to stop. And then, he didn't stop. That was close. And then you go, no, none of that happened. Here's what happened. Green light, bang. I did not put the truck at fault. Now,
I didn't see the train, officer.
And that's another thing. You did not get hit by a train. Or you didn't. Someone says, the news always says that guy got hit by a train. No, you were on the tracks when the train was there. The train can't steer. The train did not hit you. I'm on a rant tonight. I am ranting. I am doing Field Guy right now. A train does not hit you. You were on the tracks when the train got there.
I got to tell you a story, Bill.
Please get me off my soapbox. Get me off my soapbox.
I don't think you heard it before. When I was selling my cargo trailer, the guy that bought my cargo trailer got hit, literally sideswiped by a border patrol. While he's turning, my friend had the right of way. He was making a left turn. He stopped. He looked, everything. The border patrol decided to pass him when he's turning.
I think I saw a video like that too on YouTube. Something that James just said. I drove semi 32 years. If you hit the back tires under the trailer, you're lucky you're not dead. Yeah. I might have even forgiven him if he drove up under the truck.
Right.
And then the tires hit him. He hit the tires of the back end of the truck.
That's crazy.
You can't tell me you looked before you drove forward.
I didn't see the 18
I shouldn't have to look. My light's green. He should have been done through that intersection. Sorry. A truck like that can't stop. The truck should have been clear of the intersection by the red light. It should have. Okay. But it wasn't. And I put the kid at fault. And the parents fought me on it. And I still won because you can't. What did I say in the beginning of this? Don't change a report. If you do a report as a police officer, your integrity is in that report. If you change a report, then which one was true, officer? The one you originally wrote or the one you changed it to? How are we supposed to know which one of these is right? You cannot change a report. Ask Steve. Steve, you still here? And did you go to bed?
Speaking about red lights, okay? So you're starting to go across the road, across an intersection, okay?
Uh-huh.
And let's say somebody else was waiting for you. They got tired of waiting, so they started to cross, okay? Yep. You're already not a red light. I should say it turned green. You have the right of way, okay? And they decided at the last minute, they're going to go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Who's at fault?
If there's a wreck, it's the second person's fault.
Yeah. Exactly.
If there's not a wreck, it's that second person's just a jerk.
Right.
If you're talking about you pull out into the center median and then you're trying to turn and somebody else pulls out in the same center median with you, if I saw that, I would what's it actually called? There's actually an offense for that. Is that a chocolate bar?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That looks like a Snickers bar. Look at this. My favorite. She broke this out. I'm on a diet. I'm working out
I got
7 days a week. And she brought a Snickers bar over here.
Hey, don't mean talking about chocolate. Oh, see?
Oh, yeah. That's another one of my goodies right there. Oh, y'all making me hungry now. Now, my
When I
fasting
went to
started-
the store, I bought candy. I didn't even buy a peppermint patty because they didn't have any. These
That's
are
not
little
fair.
minis. These are little
That's-
minis.
That's okay. That's not fair, Bill. Clearly, that truck was invisible. In Florida, a vehicle overtaking another vehicle has the right of way. If you're passing someone and they turn left in front of you, it's their fault. Which one? A vehicle overtaking another vehicle has the right of way. If you're passing someone and they turn in front of you, it's their fault. Yeah. It depends on where it happens. If they turn and you hit them, that's probably one thing. But if I don't know, if they have their blinker on and stuff and you're passing them. Yeah, how do we do that? I haven't really had that ever happen. If someone's got their blinker on to turn left and you decide to go around them and they turn and you hit them.
The way I just look at it is who had a duty, who had a right to beware, and who had a duty to yield to whom.
Yeah, the car turning left with the blinker
Yeah.
on had a right to do what he was doing. So I would default the person passing. Now, unless that was a lane. If they're passing in a lane, that's fine. That this guy's made a mistake because he's turning from the wrong lane. But if he's going into the oncoming traffic lane, you should look before you turn, though. Honestly, you should look. You should check your rear view before you turn left. I do. I've worked accidents, multiple hundreds of them, but I've never actually had that scenario, Steve. So I've never had that come up. I've never seen anybody that's stupid to actually turn without looking to the left. Now, I've had people pass on the right, and then this person turns into their driveway. The person passing on the right is at fault.
Yeah.
Even if it's a service road or a service lane or a feeder. If it's an actual traveling lane, then no, this person should have been in this lane to make his turn, not this lane.
Yeah, you're not supposed to pass on the right.
Yeah, right. Avenger says, "Yep."
Man, y'all talking about chocolate made me go
Here's
out there and
one.
get me some chocolate.
I know. Here's one. I was in California. There was 2 lanes of traffic. Ambulance was coming. He had his lights on. There's cars on the right of me in the right turn lane. Cars on the left of me. You're supposed to yield. You're supposed to get over to the right.
Right.
So all I could do is slow down.
Yes.
I got a ticket for that.
Hmm.
They said,
Impeding traffic.
yeah. For impeding the ambulance was behind me.
I agree with you, Mary Jones. Steve says in their state it's not like that. If an ambulance is coming behind you, your duty is to slow down and or pull over to the right as far as you can and let them by. If there's no place else for the ambulance to go and by you slowing down and prevented that ambulance from getting somewhere, that's impeding an emergency vehicle. You need to speed up or get out of the way somehow. Even if you can't move over and you can't slow down because that ambulance has no place else to go. If he's sitting behind you screaming, "Gah, gah, gah, gah," you're doing something
I had
wrong.
nowhere to go.
Oh, because there was somebody in front of you.
Cars in front of me on both sides of me.
Did you fight that in court?
No, I just gave it up.
You probably would have won that in court.
Mm.
Actually, most things you can win in court if you just go.
Yeah.
Especially if the cop doesn't show up, which in my city we were required to. You did mention something about crappy Florida drivers. Yes, I did. No, I mean inconsiderate. inconsiderate. I don't care about how they drive. I have never met more inconsiderate, unfriendly drivers than when I was in Florida. I was actually enraged at one point. I was like, good Lord, I got my blinker on. These people are still coming around me. I got my blinker on that I need to get in the left lane, and they're still coming around me. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I've actually had to go down to another place and actually make a left and make a left and make a left and come back and make it, instead of a U-turn on the highway, and come back the other way because people wouldn't let me over in Florida. That never happens in Texas. Mary Jones says, but if you can't get over, what can you do? Because I've had that happen also, D. Yeah, if you can't move to the right, you don't want to move to the left, regardless. If you can't move to the right and slowing down would cause the ambulance to be delayed, you have to speed up unless there's a car in front of you stuck there.
Which there was.
That's why, D, I have a camera, a dash cam camera in my car. If a cop gave me a ticket for that, I would take that to court and show them, look, where was I supposed to go?
Yeah. Yeah, this past year I did get stopped from a cop because I didn't move to the left when he was pulling over. He was on the side of the road. Our vehicles were police officer has stopped another car on the side of the road. Okay, so in my truck, I have a hard time seeing anybody behind me, right? And so I didn't see the police officer. I couldn't hear the siren if he even had it on. But finally, when I saw him and I saw the lights were on, I finally pulled over, but I waited till we was safe. And he said, you waited too long.
So did he give you a ticket?
No, he got out. He let me out of, but I guess he could have.
Good.
Avenger makes a good point. Even if you have to enter a red light intersection, yes, if you are at a red light, an ambulance or fire truck or a police car comes up behind you, you have the right to move into that intersection and get out of the way. Even if you have to, if it's safe. I mean, if you pull forward and you get hit, that's on you. You can't sue the cop or the fire truck or the ambulance because you tried to get out of his way and you caused an accident. It has to be a safe maneuver. If there's nobody coming and you can get out of the way, then you have a duty to get out of the way, even if you have to run the red light. And that is true. You can actually say that out loud if you can get a word in for me. Didn't you just type that?
Yeah, I was just saying, everybody, that I love them so much.
You know what? I'm going to go. I thank you for having me up. I've enjoyed this conversation. It's been fun.
You're just a joy to have around.
Yeah, you kept us on another 30 minutes. You got 30 more minutes out of you.
Well, I love everybody here. I love the people in the chat. I love you too.
We love you too.
I love you too.
You too, man. You too.
Love you guys.
It's good back night, at you. Hey, when you go, we're going. There's 25 people in the house. Thank all of you for staying with us this long, 2 hours and a half. Thank you guys. You're the best.
Thank you for sharing what irritates all of you.
Mary Jones says stay on. I don't have anything else to talk about, Mary Jones. All right, Dee. Have a good night.
Okay, good night. Thank you for having me.
No, you're always welcome. You're always welcome. You're the queen of the internet, as far as we're concerned.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. I've seen a car go under a truck because he was speeding. Yep. I've seen that too.
Yeah, me too.
It's called a fatality. And
yeah, it can be.
Everyone have a good night.
But seriously, guys, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being here, sharing with us your irritating stories. I hope that we were entertaining show for you guys today.
What, Angie? We weren't good enough? No, it's cool. Dee is awesome.
Yeah, Angie.
Hey, Dee is awesome. We are at 23 people. It is time to go. It hurts analytics if it drops down below 20 when you've had 30. So we are going to take off. I love you guys. Thank you, Mary Jones. I'd love to stay on here all night.
And I also have a puppy that's been waiting to go.
Yeah.
Tinkle,
outside,
for lack of a better word.
Outside is the proper terminology there. Y'all have a great night. Thank you all for being here. We really do appreciate you. That's not lip service. We love you guys, and we love Thursday nights.
Leave us a comment after the video down in the comment box. Don't forget to give us a like, and we'll be here next Thursday. Same bat channel.
Oh, yeah. Triple C is on after us. or actually they may be on now. We'll go over and see them before we go to bed. I like to go see Triple C.
Yeah.
They are really awesome. They did a raid on us the other day. Helped us out a lot. So
yeah, if you guys want to go and hit out Triple C out there, any of our moderators, if you guys have the link for that, go ahead.
Yeah, he did. Kenneth posted it.
Oh, good. Thank you,
It'll
Kenny.
be on your screen because you can get to it from yours. I can't click on links on mine. Y'all, thank you for being here. There's 23 of you still here after 2.5 hours. God bless you all. We love you. And keep looking up because that's where it all is. And if you can't walk the blue line, at least try to stay between the blue lanes. And that's a figurative. Obviously, there's no blue lanes on the street. You know
but
what
if you find one, let me know.
Yeah. Angie Hayes, see you all on another channel, if not my own. That's right. Angie Hayes, everybody go check out Angie Hayes' channel. She's adorable. I love her.
We love you, Angie. We love you guys, too.
Okay. And if you would click on Triple C, we'll go over there and say hi before we go to bed.
I definitely will. Good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you very much.